Good morning, everybody. Good morning, wherever you're watching from. And yes, I've seen a lot of you tuning in from California where it's 3 a.m. Who needs sleep when you could be up here crafting with us this morning? I can tell you now, I have got the most awesome jam-packed show for you because I know I've literally spent all weekend getting ready for this. This is basically your full one-on-one inky masterpiece class, right? I think I've got a little bit carried away in how much I think I'm going to show you in this show, but can I just run you through what we're going to try and get through? And you've got to remember, I am here for you. So I am here because you asked us to be here and teach you a load of stuff. So if there's something you want to see, you've just got to let us know. I'm not on my own today. I've got my partner in crime over the other end of the studio. There he is, giving us a wave.
Good morning, Sara. Good morning, everyone. I'm so excited. The start of another brand new week here on Crafted TV. We've got so much planned for you this week. Each and every day, we're bringing you live programming. I am checking in on all the comments over on social media. Any questions that you've got through the hour, anything at all like that, get yourself over to Crafters TV on Facebook. Drop into the live feed there, and we will stay in touch. I know how excited Sara is about the show. I know how much inspiration you guys are in for. A treat this next 2 hours.
Oh, I am, Joe. It is, honestly, I've been so desperate to do this one, okay? I've basically got all of our Harmony water-reactive ink pads. I'm going to start off by showing you some of the basics. So I'm going to start off by showing you how to just get a lovely blended ombre with 3 ink pads in the set. Then we're going to go a bit further. And I'm going to start showing you how we get a beautiful kind of all over background blend and start to bring in a little bit of faux bleaching. Then I'm going to go into stamping mode. So we're going to start doing, how fabulous is that technique? It's one of my absolute favourites. A super easy card to do once you know the technique, okay? Then, all being well, if I haven't chit-chatted too much, as long as you haven't chit-chatted too much as well, Joe, I'm then going to try and do some detailed colouring with you, show you how to use all of your ink pads as paintbrushes as well, with a paintbrush is like painty colours. And then also, I've got a lovely embossing folder and we're going to do a nice, quick, simple card. So loads of techniques. If you are watching and you have crafty friends who also love these sort of techniques, best thing you can do for them and us is give us a share. So if you share this feed, then hopefully all of your friends will see it as well and comment along with us. So as Joe said, come onto our Crafters TV page. We looked it up and it's only a tiny little proportion of you who watch us on the Crafters TV page and comment along. But if you come and comment there, we can read your comments and interact with you. Even look to feature some of you on some of our shows. So we're really looking for you to kind of take part in the conversation. But whether you're watching us on Facebook, whether you're watching us on YouTube, big shout out to all the YouTubers this morning. Whether you're watching us through the website, that's the best place to watch us. If you go to our website, you can basically watch and shop along at the same time. Now, talking of shopping, I'm going to get my stuff ready to do the first demonstration. Joe's going to run you through all the stuff I'm going to be using today and what special offers we've got on them.
Absolutely. I just need a little interruption at the start of play because I know how many of you will want to jump on and order this straight away. We've got some great deals for you. I need to let you know that the craft bowl is back. I don't know how they keep letting me do it, but it's coming up at the end of this show. I have got 2-for-1s on things like Centura Pearl, Collal Glue, tape pens as well. Get yourself to the website. All of those deals are live now, so you can shop ahead. crafterscompanion.whereveryouare.co.uk if you're here in the UK, .com in the US, .eu if you're somewhere else in Europe. The deals are great today for the craft bowl. It's a particularly good one, but there's not a huge amount of stock, so you wanted to be quick for them. Let's take you through. I'm going to start with this colossal collection of ink pads that we've got here. I think it's fair to say that some of you will have taken years to have built up a collection of this size that's this comprehensive. We wanted to give you the opportunity today to get it all immediately at a fantastic price. The details on your screen at the moment, these are, that's for the 13-piece collection, which is a fantastic deal. 13 of our most popular colours. The 13 colours that you will get are, you will get the straw, you get the crushed velvet, lagoon, midnight, plum jam, grasshopper, pine tree, spring meadow, sandstorm, fuchsia, oasis, baby blue, and noir black. However, I don't want you to go for that one because the best value and the best deal is quite unbelievable, is this kit here. It is the 29-piece kit. This is such a fantastic, comprehensive collection of our water reactive inks. In here, you're going to get, I'll go through them all, Straw Bale, Crushed Velvet, Lagoon, Midnight, Plum Jam, Grasshopper, Pine Tree, Spring Meadow, Sandstorm, Oasis, Baby Blue, Twilight Grey, Orange, Chinese Red, Red Berry, Green Topaz, Pale Fig, Holly Leaf, Frozen Lake, Spring Meadow, Damson Wine, Noir Black, Frosty Jade, Friar Brown, Bordeaux, Smoke Pearl, Silent Night, Pumice, and a quick dry ink to add a partridge in a pear tree. You are saving £45. You're saving $60. You're going to get free postage and packaging and shipping and handling on this. I can hear that you're already ordering this. Who knows how long that will be around for. There's a fantastic starter kit on some stamps and stencils. I'll share that with you later. Something else I need to give you a heads up about though are these, because so many of you love our Spectrum Noir storage trays. It doesn't have to just be for Spectrum Noir ink pads. They've got a little groove inside. So you've got those little square ones. They will store in here. You can store them vertically, you can cascade them backwards, or you can store them sideways. They are half price. I know so many of you, it's buy one get one free. I know so many of you will be multi-ordering on those. So you get 6 pieces in here and they store 3. So you've got 18. So 2 of them you'll be able to store the entire collection, which is fantastic. Right, I'm going to go back to those comments. I will keep you abreast of any stock emergencies that may happen, because they're going to happen in this next 2 hours. And I'm going to hand you over to Sara.
Well, I'm ready to get going. So basically what I'm going to do is talk you through, over the course of the next couple of hours, take you through everything you need to know and understand about these ink pads. Now, first thing I want you to understand is when we designed them, yes, we designed a whole vast array of colours, but we put them into colour families. So for example, here are the beautiful pinks. And what we do is we do a light, a medium and a dark within the same colour family so that you can get this sort of blended ombre effect. Now, if you're just starting out with these at home, this is where I want you to all start, with this sort of technique and effect here. Now, the only other thing that you need, apart from the ink pads, well, there's quite a lot of stuff I'd say you need. You definitely want our blending tools, right? So with the blending tools, we've got a special offer on today whereby you can get plenty of the tools and loads of the refills to go with them, right? What I would recommend is you can be organised and keep one refill. Do you know what a lot of people do? Put a little bit of Velcro on the bottom and keep one refill for each one and stick it underneath on the bottom. Then you don't lose them. Or what you can do is you can just use them like I do and then just stick them in the wash every now and again. Just put them in a thing of warm soapy water and just clean them off and they're ready to go again. So right, now 2 different ways you can apply the ink pads, okay? You can either pick the ink up from the ink pad like this and then just start blending it on the surface here. Or if you've got a glass mat, you can take it onto your glass mat like this. So you just stamp it down, pick it up onto your blending tool, and then start applying it from the glass mat. So it's completely up to you which way you want to go. I personally like to be able to pick it up from the glass mat because then you can see exactly what we're working from, okay? So I've put some of the lightest one on there. I'm going to come in with the next colour shading. Look, you can see how we take a big step up in the coloration, can't you? I'm going to pop a little bit more of that light one down. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the light one up a little bit and then start blending in. Oh, look, we don't need you on there. We know what we're doing. We know I'm on live. So we can start building in the next shading, right? And then because they're blendable and water reactive, the blendableness means you can blend them over the surface here like this. So can you see you've just got that lovely ombre coming in. Now can you see I've got a few little marks where I'm doing that's where I'm doing my little round colouring, okay? All you need to do is take your time and just build up and just rub over them. Can you see? And you'll just basically work them all out. Now, I am working onto a watercolour card, and the beauty of that is it just makes everything so much easier to blend. Can you see that? Look, I've blended them straight right out. And I'm going to come in with a slightly paler one again, and I'm just going to come back over with the lighter one and just start and blend where that light one hits the darker one. Look at that, you get that beautiful ombre straight from one into the next. All right? So there's our light to medium. Then I'm going to put a little bit of the dark one down. and we're going to come in with the dark one. Now start from the top, right? So I'm picking this up on here, and I'm going to start from the top and work down, because that's where you've got the most intensive colour, right? And I'm just working my way down there. And then once we start getting there, I'm going to start blending it into that lovely fuchsia that we had in the middle. You can always pick up a little bit more and deepen it, but it's almost impossible to take off once you've got it. And I'm saying almost impossible. Don't ask me for the possible way to make it. Trust me, it's impossible to take that colour off, right? So can you see there, we've got that lovely ombre now through the dark, the medium, and the light, medium, and the dark one. Now, once you've got this, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp over the top. Now, I've thought about this for you guys. So what I've done is, in the kit, whether you go for the smaller bundle or the larger bundle, I've also included one of our quick dry ink pads, right? Now the quick dry ink pad, they're the same ink pad in terms of they're all water based. However, you want this one to be a really quick stamp, right? So watch what I'm going to do. We've got our watered background, and I'm going to stamp with this onto the front. Now, Jo did allude to this a little bit at the beginning, but we have put together a starter pack with all of the stamps and stencils, everything that I'm using today. I've done you a starter pack. Now, I wanted you to see, anybody who is completely new to using rubber stamps, these rubber stamps are fabulous to stamp with if you're wanting to get loads of detail in there, right? So we've done a mix of some rubber and some acrylic, but if you want to do exactly the same cards that I am doing today, all 5 of them, then if you go for this starter pack, it's basically going to have everything you need, everything I'm using, stamp and stencil wise, on an absolutely ridiculous deal. So 35% saving, well, you can see there. So there's the one I'm using at the top in the middle. That's a great starting point for you, but you'll see as we get through the course of the show, some of the other stuff that I've used, okay? Now, like I said, if it's your first time using rubber stamps, all you need to do, and I've got a brand new set out so that I can show you right from the beginning, you're going to cut around all of these stamps, right? So there's that one, that one. Can you see they're all individual, and you can just pick up some little bits and pieces. So these are my little ones down here as well. And once you pick up the little pieces, I'm going to show you how we stamp with them all. Now all this excess rubber just gets cut away. I haven't cut those out yet to use them, just because I don't need to show you what we're doing, but we'll come back to them later, all right? Now, next thing you're going to do is you're going to take these, and we want to just put some repositionable adhesive on the back. So I like to use our stick and stay, but you can use, if you've got like a Pritt stick at home or anything like that, basically all you want is, you just want something where you can temporarily adhere them to either a block or one of our stamping platforms, and then you can use that to stamp with. But you want to be able to put them on and take them back off. So that's the one that I'm using if you're shopping on the website for it. But I know a lot of you will have some form of adhesive at home. Now, let's just get here. Have a look if
Sara, before you do that, I'm sorry, there's nothing worse when there's that guy, it keeps interrupting all the inspiration, but I really just want you to have the knowledge that you need. I need to let you know 5% of the stock on this big collection has already sold out and gone. That is people that have already checked out. Now, I can see there's hundreds of you watching and shopping at the moment. If you want to do that, you need to go to the website, craftscompanion.whereveryouare.co.uk.com or .eu. So many more of you watch these shows back. Thousands of you, in fact, watch these shows back. Tens of thousands after the hour. So what I would say is, this is not a sort of wait until the end of the show kind of situation. If you are watching back the repeat, then definitely check the stock situation as it is. I just want you to know how busy it is. Back to you, Sara.
Oh, it's going to be one of them shows, isn't it? Right, I've just done a practice. How gorgeous is she, right? You should just always stamp off your stamps the first time you're using them, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to do one stamp, and then I'm also going to check what my shadow stamp looks like, right? Because look, you can have one and then a shadow stamp as well. How fabulous are the shadow stamps going to look, right? So we're going to do a little bit of that on both of these. So are we ready? So this is the quick dry one. We're going to take the quick dry ink to the edge. Now, if you don't have the quick dry ink, don't worry, because it's actually in the kit. But if you already have some of our ink pads, I would definitely recommend getting yourself a quick dry one to go with it, right? So I'm going to get you positioned down and all over there. I should have actually just stamped it off the bottom a little bit, shouldn't I? Oh, look, I've made a little bit of a boo-boo on the top. Well, that'll teach us. We'll stick a butterfly over that. Don't you worry. We'll get a butterfly covering that over, right? And then a little bit the same with here. So what I'm gonna do is, so that I don't end up with stamp bits all over like we've done in the past, right? I'm gonna put this from the side, and I'm gonna just try stamping some of these off the side a little bit. So coming up from the side, and then we're gonna bring a little bit more in as though it's in the background. Really super simple to do, okay? Just building this up, and I'm going to pop this one over here so you can come down from the side and then coming up there. So you see we just kind of build up a little bit of an ethereal background there. I've got this tiny little one as well. I'm just going to pop it on my finger and just pick up some little bits, watch, so you can just stamp with it from your finger, right? When you just want to get a bit of an idea. So we'll just stamp these along the front. There we go, just to kind of build up the area with the little dandelion heads, just to give us a bit of grass down there where we didn't have any, all right? And then actually we might have a couple little just flying off there like that, right? So that gives you the background piece. If you want it deeper in the back, you can always go over with one of your black Spectrum Noir pens. Can I see a black? He's a true black, right? So I've got our illustrator pen here. So if you want to go even deeper with the black, you can use this as a background piece and do all of your colouring over there if you want, right? So if you want it kind of jet black in the background. But to be honest, your quick dry ink is absolutely going to give you the a pretty good background to start with, okay? So these are the silhouette stamps and that beautiful silhouette fairy that I'm using there as a kind of starting point, all right? They're all in your starter kit. We're calling it a technique starter stamping kit. I'll put the details up again for you there, but I think it's a brilliant one if you want it. Basically, I know a lot of you will want to watch the show and then just be able to go and replicate exactly the techniques that I've done on this show, all right? So let's have a look. If we get all I've done, it's got this to go onto a bit of card on the background, so we're just matting and layering. By the way, we will give all of these cards that I make away. So we will send away all the cards that I make to people who comment. So if you want to win one of the cards that I've made, let's hope I get through all of them, in which case there'll be 5 chances to win. We will pick those people at the end of the show. We will pick the comments from the Crafters TV page. Oh, look, I've got myself another mat and layer there. I almost forgot it. So if you want to be in with a chance of winning, get over onto Crafters TV. Keep commenting. Tell us what you think. Tell us if you've got any of the ink pads, what you love about them, what other techniques that you want to see, and we will try and cover off everything during the show. So watch this. That's going to go on the front. And then do you know what I thought we'd do? I'm going to stick this up. I've got some 3D. I've got a couple of little 3D foam pads in here, right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and cover over all of my my little boo-boo that I did, which is easy done. We're only human, folks. So watch this. I'm going to totally nicely position this. Come on, foam pad backer, off you come, right? And I'm just going to put that, there you go. Look, nobody's ever going to know that I did a slight boo-boo on the front. How good is my first card, right? So that is the starter point. And bear in mind, you watch me do that whole thing. Should we go and put it right on the end so you can have a good look at it? There. So all of this we did in what? 6 minutes? 6 minutes? How easy was that? I've got 5 to show you. In fairness, this is the starting point. We're going to build up in techniques now. But if you're thinking of making a few cards, at the end of the day, now's the time to be doing. You've got the time at home, and I think how much nicer, can you think of a nicer thing than literally making a card and dropping it through a neighbour's door when you're off doing your daily walk for the day, or sending it off to a friend that you haven't heard from. I just think it's a great way to kind of spread the love. We did the same at the weekend. You know, we did nice pictures and cards for Gran and Grandad, dropped them through the letterbox. So this is absolutely, I just think, share the love around a little bit. How brilliant. If you're just starting off with ink pads, great way to start. So I'm going to get this one on the back. I'm going to get ready. I'm going to show you what we're going to do next. I'm going to show you how you start mixing colours and get through one of these techniques. So we're going to build up from what we've done, and we're going to use some of them collage stamps in the starter kit. So while I get a bit of a clean down, here's our Joe back with you, checking some of your comments.
So many of you joining us. So many of you are up early this morning in the US. I love how dedicated you are. I'm here seeing people on the West Coast up at 3 a.m. Watching us. So you are really dedicated. I can see Darlene is here in Ohio. Oh, hi. Oh, darling. See what I did there? Lynn is here in West Yorkshire. Kirsten, one of our regulars, is tuning in from Germany. I can see Debbie's here in South Wales. Angela's in Long Island. Oh, someone was watching us from Italy this morning as well. We're a real jet set crafty community here at Crafters TV. We're so international. All corners of the globe have been tuning in. I can see Julie, one of our craft ambassadors, is here. Pamela's here too. So busy. As I said, over 5% has already gone on the ink pads, the largest collection. The best way for you to get the best value and to have the most amount of crafting possibilities is absolutely this larger collection. I'm just going to quickly whiz through the colours that are in here for you, and just to give you an idea as well, it's not very often that we discount this heavily on core product like this, so it's definitely a great chance to get stocked up. 29 ink pads, and they are Straw Bale, Crushed Velvet, Lagoon, Midnight, Plum Jam, Grasshopper, Pine Tree, Spring Meadow, Sandstorm, Oasis, Baby Blue, Twilight Grey, Orange, Chinese Red, Red Berry, Green Topaz, Pale, Holly Leaf, Frozen Lake, Spring Meadow, Damson Wine, Noir Black, Frosty Jade, Friar Brown, Bordeaux, Smoke Pearl, Silent Night, Pumice, and then that quick dry ink pad in black. In pounds, it should be 144.71. However, it's £100 today. In dollars, it should be $201. However, it's $140. I'm just hearing 10% of the stock has already gone, and that's people that have already checked out. There's so many of you in the ordering process. Lots of you commenting along live on Facebook. If you want to watch and shop at the same time, then go over to the website crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu. Now, the storage trays, once you've got all of these lovely new ink pads, you're going to want somewhere to store them, and these are perfect. Of course, they're designed to work beautifully with your all of your Spectrum Noir ink pads. You can either have them stored vertically, you can store them so they store they sort of cascade backwards, or you can even as well actually interlock them in a straight line. I'm not going to do it in trying to do it in mid-air. Oh, I did it. I was surprised myself. Or you can actually lock them together like that as well and just have them along. Or you could have them 2 by 2 and then stacked. It's completely up to you. It's buy one, get one free. $16.99 in the UK, $24.95 is what you'd pay for one. However, today, you buy one, you get one free. I say you buy one and you
get one free.
Absolutely, you do. Now, loads of you going for those. I know how busy they are. I'm also hearing how busy all of the items are in my craft vault, which is coming up later. If you want to get ahead and shop ahead, the 3D glue gel, buy one, get one free. I've got Centura Pearl, buy one, get one free. Double-sided dies, buy one, get one free. We'll go through them all. I'll just quickly give you a sneaky peek to the Centura Pearl. Centura Pearl, $2.99. I said you buy one, you get one free. What do you say, Sara?
You buy one, you get one free. I don't know where this accent's coming from.
I don't know where, I can't place it either. $2.99 gets you both of those. There's so many. I'll give you a proper preview on that a little bit later in the show. Right, the stamping starter kit. Really busy here. So you get in here, you get 2 of our photopolymer stamps. I believe this one here is the stamp set that Sara is about to use for us. So if you want to go for this one here is the Let Your Spirit Soar. What I love about our stamp collections is the really good variety of stamps that you get. You get big focal points, smaller embellishments. You'll always get something you can make a background with. You get sentiments in there as well. So you're getting this one included. You're also going to get this one as well, which is that beautiful peony. So wonderful for these kind of techniques. Great if you love your marker pens as well. So you're getting that. You're getting 2 of those. You're also getting the stencils. Now these stencils are fabulous, obviously for inking through. Think about getting things like your glitter paste through there. If you want glitter paste If it makes your heart sing, you need to join me and Sara tomorrow morning. We have got some gorgeous glitter paste for you at 11 a.m. In the UK. You get that included as well. You're also getting 2 other items which I don't have any boards for, but I'll just quickly show you. You're getting this beautiful nautical themed Molly Harrison stamp, and you're getting the ever popular Lily Collection embossing folder as well. You're saving over a third there, £32 if you're in the UK, $35.50 if you are in the US. I'm going to go back to monitoring the comments. What I would love is if you could drop into the comments, because I know so many of you already have these water reactive inks and you're loving all this inspiration, but I'd love to know what your favourite technique is, because I know there's so many different things that you can do with them, and obviously it'd be impossible for us to, even in 2 hours, get through all of them. And I know Sarah's going to try her best, but yeah, drop into the comments, let me know what your favourites are. Definitely get your orders in sooner rather than later, especially for those craft fault items. But for now, I'll hand you back to Sara.
Well, I'm just busy sitting reading all the comments. It's lovely to see what everybody's saying. My husband heard Joe and he said, you buy one, you get one free.
I said, you buy one, you get one free.
Is that your craft vault then? Is that what's going on this morning? You're giving away me stock.
I am, sorry.
You're giving away me stuff this morning.
Guilty.
Well, do you know what? You buy one, you get one free. It's going to be great. So Joe's coming up with craft vault. As soon as I finish all my demos, we're going to do all 5 folks. Right, this is what we're going to do, right? So I'm going to use that gorgeous collage stamp set that Joe was just saying about. These are absolutely to die for, these stamps, right? And I've put 2 of my favourite sets in here. So basically you get the large butterfly, but then all these mixed media type bits, so you can create this lovely collage like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the collage piece first with the stamping, then I'm going to do the inking over the top, right? So I will leave my card, if I leave it there, can you still see it? Yes, you can. And do you know what we do? If I leave it there and I go here, we can always click and get Joe up here if we need to. We can click and it can go there if we need to, right? So I'm not putting there now, but we can. If we want Joe at any point, you can sit there, Joe, and like be the little angel on my, like that, you can talk to me.
Loads of people are talking about your favourite things. Lots of talk about blending. A lot of people saying how fabulous that last demonstration was as well and how much you love it. But of course, there are so many things. Yolanda says, can you use these ink pads for heat embossing?
Right, no, these
Okay.
are not heat embossing ink pads. So these ink pads are what we use when we're doing blending techniques. For heat embossing, you need our opaque pigment ink pads, right? So it's a different type of ink pad, because basically you want ones that are going to stick, that the embossing powder is going to stick to, right? So that's what you're going to need to do there, Joe. And do you know what? I will ask our Leanne, because she's the queen of all ink pad stuff, if she can do a show using those ink pads at some point. So I'll take you through all the heat embossing ones here, but Leanne will be a great one to show you some of the extra techniques there. In fact, she's coming up later today, isn't she, Joe?
She is. We are together actually later for Monday Makers. Yes, we'll be together for that. And then Sara and I are here for the launch party tomorrow night.
And we've got another show tomorrow morning.
We've got
Tell them
another show
about
tomorrow,
our new show
absolutely.
tomorrow.
Creative Cravings this week is a soft crafting show with me and Bernie, which is going to be absolutely fabulous. But then again, there's so much all week this week. So there's a brand new show coming up tomorrow, myself and Sara, called The Soft Side of Life. And it is going to be really, really fun. It's something that me and Sara are both really, really passionate about. I'm going to get to do some crochet. Sara's going to get to do some embroidery as well. So we're going to love that. We have another, that's 11 a.m. in the UK, so that will be 5 a.m. On the East Coast. Wednesday morning there's another show.
No, 6, 5, 6, 7,
5,
8, 9,
5,
10,
oh,
11.
6 a.m.
The clock's changed this weekend.
Oh, it's so I've changed them the wrong way now.
Yeah.
I thought they changed. I originally thought they changed last night into tonight. So really, I mean, I'm not the best person for this. But then on Thursday there will be a cartload preview and then a cartload with Leanne too. And then me and Sara are back with you again on Friday. So I mean, we are, and more colouring, which you guys absolutely adored last Friday when we brought it to you. Someone saying, Christine is saying, I can't believe the deal on those ink storage trays. Absolutely, it is amazing. And also, Julie Kimber, that was who was watching us from Italy, saying that she was 4,000 in the supermarket dog queue, the virtual one for dog queue, supermarket queue for dog food this morning. But she's, imagine all dogs, 4,000 dogs queuing outside the supermarket. But she's sorted now, and she's got herself settled down and ready to do some crafting, which is fantastic. I did have a question here. Oh, that is it. Someone is asking if we could make, you know, like we have the storage trays for our ink pads, whether we could do them for sparkle inks or the jar inks that we do as well. That is a good shout.
Jazz.
So I'm here with Leanne later, so maybe I could put that question to her and say, a lot of people talking about you buy one, you get one free. Julie, it must have been another Julie, because this Julie that I've just said hello to is actually in Mansfield, which is nowhere near Italy, I don't think. So, yeah, I think I'm getting a bit confused this morning. And that is looking beautiful, Sara.
Well, thank you. Well covered, Pedro. Right, so all I've done is, while you've been chatting away, I've just been stamping and building up that stamped background, okay? So I've got one there. That is your quick dry. If you look, I've actually got one ready just in case I didn't get the whole thing done. But seeing as you kept talking, that was brilliant, right? So it's exactly the same, whichever one you want to go with, right? Now, what I'm going to do then is just get all of that out. We're going to go onto the base, right? So we're going to go onto the base and we're going to start inking all over. Now again, I'm going to leave the card up in the top corner so that you can see what we're working to. Now I always find, and these are the colours by the way that I've got. So I've got the parakeet, I've got the lagoon, I've got my lemon tonic, crushed velvet and my fuchsia, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start, I always like to start with the lightest colour, right? Now with my lemon tonic, I'm just going to pick the colour up straight off the ink pad, and I'm going to put a little bit down here, right? You can see how bright it is to start with, and then once you see, we'll start blending it around with others. There we go. So there's a few little colours, and all I'm doing is putting a bit of colour and then blending all around it, because we're going to try and blend, well, there's no trying, we're going to blend all these colours together, all right? So there's a little bit of yellow. Then I'm going to go from the yellow, let's go into the parakeet, yeah? Let's go into a little bit of blue, because what happens is where we blend the blue near the yellow, so if I just take off the excess here so you don't have too much on, watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to blend this blue and the yellow together, and what it'll do is it'll make a nice green shade. Can you see that there? And then if I bring my yellow back in, blend the two together, and we'll get that lovely green shade, right? So a bit of parakeet in there. We'll bring a bit of parakeet coming in from the side here, a bit from the top, blend a little bit more onto our yellow here. So even though I haven't used a green ink pad, by blending these together, I'm getting that lovely greeny shade. We'll put a little bit down the corner here. All right, so there's our parakeet. Then I'm going to come in, let's start bringing a little bit of purple in, all right? So I'm going to get a little bit of the crushed velvet. Again, I'm going to pick it up, and because it's a very deep colour, I'm just going to take some of the excess off. And by the way, folks, I'm only taking it off down here because I'm trying to keep everything on your screen so you can see everything I'm doing. Because I'm right-handed, I'd usually just do it down here, okay? Now, everything that we're using, I'm making sure our lovely producer Johnny is just keeping it up on your screen for you and keeping you posted on what we're going. So I'm hearing the trays are going absolutely bananas at the minute, which is good, because I like to hear that, one, you're taking advantage of the bargains that we're doing, and two, you're getting yourself organised while you can. You know, use this time to best advantage. If you can be getting organised, then absolutely brilliant. Well, I just put my pink one here, a little bit of purple here. We'll start blending a little bit more around here, all right? So you can easily just blend between the colours, but look what I've done. I've made sure that I've got one for each one. I've got a little stick for each one of it, a little blending tool for each one of my ink pads that I'm using, right? So that it's easy for you to blend them together. So there's them. I'm going to bring the pink one in now as well. Let's have a look. I'm going to keep this one on here. Yep. I'm going to bring this
Sara,
one here.
just lots of questions coming in.
Yep.
A lot of people talking about their favourite effects. One question that seems to be coming up a lot: how do you clean the sponges? And what cardstock are you using? What ones can be used?
Brilliant, fantastic question. I would definitely recommend, especially if you're new to all of this, right, use the watercolour card, because the watercolour card just allows you the time to get everything blended really seamlessly and easily, right? So watercolour is definitely where I'd recommend kind of coming in from, right? And cleaning the sponges, so all I do is every few days take them off, sit them in a bowl of warm soapy water, and literally wash them.
Wonderful.
Yeah? Just for want of a better word, just wash them.
Perfect. And don't fret. We've tracked down our Italian viewer. It is Jan is in Italy. She's not in Mansfield, so it's all good here.
I'm pleased you're keeping everybody right there, Joe. Or should I say, everybody's keeping you right, right? So I'm just going to put some of the dark one in here now. This is a little bit of lagoon, right? Now it's quite dark, so I'm just going nice and soft so that I can then blend with my other colours. Now all of the colours I am using are all coming in this kit, so you don't need to worry about have I got the right colours, are the right colours in the kit. I didn't put all the colours because I wanted to get you to a nice kind of point whereby it was an affordable kit, but it was going to give you the core colours that you needed. So that's where we've gone in terms of the price point on the kit. So there's two. There's the smaller bundle, and then there's the larger one. It all depends on what your budget is today and what you feel comfortable going for. So it's 13 pieces for £50, which gets you the 12 core colours. And then you're also going to get the, as well as the 12 core colours, you're going to get the quick drying pad that I keep using, the black one, yep. Or the other option is you can go for the 29 piece. So it's 28 coring pads, and then you get the 29th one, which is your black one, right? Now, just going to clear me space up here, because I'm very conscious that we have a lot of demos to get through, and I don't want to leave too much of a mess, because I'm going to keep coming back to it over and over, all right? So just a little bit of kitchen towel and the inks there, all right? And there we go. Now the glass mat is perfect for this. We have included all of these on a deal on the show whereby you can get 25% off all of our core things, like the glass mat, like the stamping platform that I'm using, like the brushes that I'm about to use. Now, I'm sure I brought some water in. Did I bring some? Is this me water over here? Yes, it is. Look at that. I got me water ready. Now, watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you. I'll bring in that finished card again. Can you see you've got some splatterings? It's called a faux bleaching effect. We're going to do that faux bleaching effect. All you need is a bit of water and a bit of kitchen towel, all right? And what I'll do is I'll fold this up nicely, because you'll see the colour come out under here. Because this works best with the darker colours, by the way. So we just literally get a bit of water in our hand and splatter it on, all right? And that is probably, you know, maybe it's a tiny little bit more down here, right? And the longer you leave it, the more it'll draw that colour out. So at the moment, I can start and see it reacting in some round the pinks, the blues. The pink, the purple and the blue are brilliant for this. Once you've got that down, you put this on, right? And if I lift this up, can you see? It lifts the colour onto here and gives you that bleachy, spotty effect out of it. So you can either do it with the, you can either do it with blobs like this, or if you've got a spritzer would work as well. So you can always just spritz little bits and then lift bits out with your spritzer. Can you see? So it brings bigger areas. So it's basically a way for you to get that kind of 3D effect going as it was. Now, once we've got that ready, I literally think all that needs to do is go onto the base of a card like this. It just looks fantastic on its own. So I've just got the card ready with a black piece on the background. I'm just going to lay this up onto the black. And all of these cards, I've really not done an awful lot to the rest of the card, because all I've been doing is getting everything's focused really on the technique demo of what you can do with the ink pads. Doesn't that look fantastic, right? And then on here, you've also got the extra little sentiments. So I've just stamped out here, let your spirit soar. I think that's quite a nice one, that one. And that collage stamp set is absolutely fantastic for this sort of thing. You'll notice I've used a couple of different ones on this on the base set, but in there you get, well, I'll let Joe run you through again everything that you've, but how fabulous does that look with them collage stamps? Now the next one I'm going to do is some stamping techniques, right? So we're going to do a little bit more backgroundy work with the collage using the techniques we've just learned, but I'm going to focus on teaching you this one first. Now this one here, this technique, who saw Leanne do a Facebook Live at the weekend? So Leanne was on Facebook at the weekend doing a Facebook Live teaching people how to do this technique. So I'd love to know which of you were watching Leanne's Facebook Live. And do you know what we'll try and do? We'll try and get Leanne to call into the studio and hopefully show us her Facebook Live, right? So I'll see if we can organise that. I've said it now. So hopefully producer Johnny's ringing Leanne and we're getting this sorted. You can go and get an update from Joe. I'll put my card on the back and we'll get ready for the next demo.
So very, very busy. A lot of people are asking about the stamping platform. The 8x8 stamping platform is available on the website. Grab that there. And a lot of you talking about the glass mat. It's this one. So it's the big 13 by 9. Again, it is available for you on the website. So do go and check it out there. It's great for so many different applications. I just want to come back to this big kit. Over 10% of it has gone. I want to run you through all the colours you're getting. And also, you know, when you go for the larger collection, this is the best way to get the best value. Absolutely. In here, you've got 29 ink pads. They are Straw Bale, Crushed Velvet, Lagoon, Midnight, Plum Jam, Grasshopper, Pine Tree, Spring Meadow, Sandstorm, Oasis, Baby Blue, Twilight Grey, Orange, Chinese Red, Red Berry, Green Topaz, Pale Fig, Holly Leaf, Frozen Lake, Spring Meadow, Damson Wine, Noir Black, Frosty Jade, Friar Brown, Bordeaux, Smoked Pearl, Silent Night, Pumice, and then you're also going to get that quick dry in the Noir Black. £100. Now that's saving you £45 in the UK, $140, saving you $60. Works at £3.45 per ink pad, and they're normally £4.99 each. So you've got a fabulous saving. You're actually saving 31%. It's quite fabulous. Also, you'll get free postage and packaging in the UK. You'll get free shipping and handling if you're in the US. Even when we bring you these fabulous deals here at Crafters TV, don't forget you can still use your Club Inspired discount in conjunction with this as well. You can double discount till your heart is content. Free shipping on all orders over $100. So get them in. A lot of people asking as well about what the situation is like here in the UK. What I would say is we're all working. We are taking all the necessary precautions and measures to keep us and everyone else safe. And also a lot of you asking about delivery and if there's any effect at the moment. We're actually working really quickly. The guys in the warehouse are all working safely, doing a fantastic job. All of our supply chains as well are completely as we would expect and as normal. So at the moment, what we can say is it's all tickety-boo, and we'll keep bringing you these shows as long as we possibly can, and we will keep you abreast of the situation. I must go over to the storage trays. Very, very busy here, because what do you do, Sarah? You buy one,
you get one free.
Absolutely, you do. You buy one and get one free on these storage trays. At their full price, they are always incredibly popular. They're £16.99, £24.95. Normally it would be for one. However, today it is for two. So do grab those. Now, talking of buy one, get one free goodness, let me just go and grab a couple of bits from over here. So let me grab that one. So you've been asking about that one. I'll bring that one. I better bring those two as well while I'm here. So where do you want to, just bought half of it, didn't I? Let's start with the Centura Pearl. Oh, so incredibly popular. This is just a quick tease because basically I gave you a heads up at the start of the show that there was some really super, the offers are always very juicy in the craft vault, but they're super juicy today. And a lot of you have gone over there already. And I'm actually worried that a lot of the stock that we've put into the craft vault may be gone by the time we get there at the end of the show. That's why I'm giving you this heads up now. So in here, 10 packs, you'd normally get one, we're going to give you two. You can get 20 sheets of Centura Pearl for £2.99 in the UK. That's 15 pence per sheet, which is unbelievable value. You've got it in the cherry and you've got it in the gold. I can't spend too long here because I will get told off by my producer, Johnny. Right, next one, tape pens. Now, these are, I don't know how I've managed to do this, by the way, and I can't believe Sara is glaring at me from the other side of the studio. What I've got is a tape pens, £3.99. You buy one, You get one free? Absolutely. $3.99. That makes them £2 per tape pen. Our tape pens, if you've not used them before, are incredibly strong. There's loads on there. We think they are without doubt the best tape pens around. And at £2 a tape pen, and also, guys, you can multi-order in the craft vault as well. I shouldn't be telling you that, but you can. So there's that. 3D glue gel from Kalau. Again, an absolute essential. You guys love this. Great for adding dimension and depth to your products. Projects. $5.49 would normally get you one, $9.95 in the US. However, you get two for that price. So you're looking at £2.75 for each. I know, it's phenomenal. It's bonkers. Let's get rid of that. Again, another essential. Don't know how we've managed this. The all-purpose glue, $2.99 for two, £1.50 per pot, $4 per pot if you are in the US. It's phenomenal value for money. Now, Sara was talking earlier there about a watercolour card. You've actually got some watercolour card available for you, because what you do is you pay for the watercolour card, and it's in a pad as well, which is always nice. I'm not going to flick because it's pretty boring, but it's just white. You're going to put something gorgeous in there. So you buy this one. You get this one completely free. You get 60 sheets of the white stamping card. I know we call it stamping card. It's 300 GSM. It's great for construction. It's great so many other different things. You can even colour onto there if you want to as well. $9.99 in the UK to get both of those, or $14.99, is phenomenal value. I'm only letting you know about these because I really don't want you to miss out on them. The craft vault is very, very busy. We'll go through it all in more depth. There's even more than that as well that I haven't got to show you. I'm just going to monitor the comments. I'm hearing how many of you are ordering at the moment. I'm monitoring the comments over on Facebook, and that is absolutely where you can comment along. If you want to order at any point, then you need to pop on over to our website. So it's crafterscompanion.whereveryouare.co.uk if you're here in the UK, .com if you're in the US or anywhere else, or .eu. So you can watch us there and you can shop. There's a little button that says click there, and it will show you all the offers in the show. All the craft vault offers, by the way, are within this show. So they'll be within the Sara special show. That's where you'll find those deals. But for now, I can see that Sara is ready to share some more inspiration with us.
I am indeed, and actually you just need to look at the front of the stamp set I'm going to use to see where I got the inspiration for this card from. So I've just done it in a different set of colours, but you've got to remember, where we can, all of our packaging, we try and put example pictures on to give you that bit of inspiration and a bit of an idea. So I'm going to start with this one here. This is the stamp set. It is in that complete starter kit bundle that we've put on the show. Both of these collage stamps are, and they are all photopolymer, which is why I'm getting that beautiful, really crisp stamped image, right? Now, I'm going to bring this in. I'm going to put this, I've just realised, look, when I've been cleaning up, I've only done half a job, right? I've missed this one stamp. I put that down there, and I'll give that one a clean ready so that we're ready to go with that one as well, right? So whether you use whichever size stamping mat you use, they're all going to work exactly the same, okay? So I'm going to put this in the centre here. I'm going to bring in my stamping mat, and it's a great tip whenever you're using one of the stamping mat, basically anytime you're using an acrylic stamp, whether you're using Rocker Blocks or you're using one of our stamping platforms, if you stamp onto a background like this, it basically is the same as when you have rubber stamps and they used to have that layer of cushion in the middle. It's the same sort of thing as that, right? Now, a little bit of watercolour card. I've used watercolour card for all of these. Let me get my card up in the background so that you can all see what we're working towards as we're going. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ink this up. So I'm going to use, let's get my colours in. I'm going to use a little bit of the plum jam and the fuchsia, and then also a little bit of grasshopper and pine tree. So if I put the leaves in first, you can just see where the leaves are. And I'm just going to build them up with some of the greens, okay? So I'm starting with my greens down here, and I'll probably use green for the base here. So we're not being exact. We're just getting it kind of roughly with a little bit here. Now, the great thing is, because these are not the quick drying inks, you've got time to ink up and then do this little bit of work with them, because you're not worried about them drying while we're using them, right? So I'm just going to clean off around my stamp there. So there's my leaves done in the green, right? Then I'm going to start and bring in a little bit of the plum jam. So I'll just turn this right round so that I can come in from here. So there's my plum coming right to the edge, and you can see there the detail that we've got in this stamp. And like I said, because it's a photopolymer one, you're going to get that lovely finish to it. All right? You're going to get that lovely stamped image. So there we go. I'm just going to be really pedantic now. I've got a little bit of green or a little bit of purple over the edge of my leaves. If you're going to do it, Sarah, you might as well get it perfect. All right? So we've inked up our stamp, and I think you can see them colours through there brilliantly well. We're going to turn it over, and I'm just going to stamp it straight down on here like this. All right? Now you'll see the difference here between stamping. There you go. So this is when you stamp with one of our water-reactive ink pads. You're probably used to seeing me stamp with the quick dry when you get a much crisper image, right? Whereas we're not going for crispness this time. We're actually going to start in watercolour with this now. So let me just show you exactly what I mean, okay? I'm going to bring in a little bit of water. I'm going to bring in my, I've got my lovely little rag that we had earlier, right? You want a damp brush, not a wet brush, right? So we're going to dip this in here. We're going to take off a lot of the excess, sometimes onto the kitchen paper, or sometimes I like to do it on the back of my hand so I can just feel how wet it is. And then all you're going to do is you're going to start and drag all of this ink out. Now, this technique here is one that I was telling you about. Leanne taught. I watched her do a Facebook Live yesterday afternoon, just showing people. Actually, it was a really similar stamp to this one. But I think it's really, was it this one? I don't know. Well, we'll have to ask her. We'll have to ask her because we're trying to ring her and see if she can call into our show. Leanne is also coming up a little bit later on because she's doing Monday Makers. So she's at home at the moment because I'm in the studio. This is how we're working, folks. Okay. So when I'm in the studio, Leanne's at home, and then I'm going back home this afternoon, and Leanne's coming into the studio to do Monday Makers. What we do is we leave Joe up the other end on his own all the time because Joe, your comments boy. Yeah. Yes, you can stay quarantined. We couldn't manage without you, Joe. That's the thing. We just couldn't manage without you. So you just need to stay quarantined up that end of the studio.
No one wants to get near me at the best of times anyway. So, this is fabulous. It's a fabulous situation for everyone. Someone's asking a question. Actually, Pam Craven's asking a question, Sarah. She says that some time ago you said don't throw away the baby wipes after cleaning the glass as you can use them for die cutting.
Oh,
she just can't remember, though, the rest of it. So she wondered if you could just enlighten her again.
Yes, so all I do is all these baby wipes or bits of kitchen roll that I use for cleaning up my glass mat and whatnot, keep them all, cut them out. Your foam flower forming flowers work brilliantly for them, right? So the flowers that we had on last week, you can use them foam flower forming, cut them out and then scrunch them up and make other little flowers with them. How good's that?
Yeah. Jan says, bring poor Joe on his own, bring your dog in for us to see. So basically I live here in the week and I was going back to where I live at the weekend, but because of the situation I want to make sure I can get into work. I've just moved up here, so now I live like just round the corner all the time, so I make sure I can get in, which is fabulous. But it means I've had to leave little Maggie in Peterborough, so she's going to FaceTime me. Maybe we could get Maggie to Skype in at some time.
Just explain that she's not on her own.
She's not on her own, no, sorry. She's not my dog, she is my housemate Stacey's dog. So so me and Maggie, I'm having a little bit of separation anxiety, but there's lots of pictures coming my way, so it's fine. But yeah, I'm just round the corner, so I can definitely get here, which is the most important thing. Now I can see someone, a very, very special guest in the background there, Sara.
Oh, she's got her specs on as well. So she's got her specs on because she's doing all of her checking of what I'm doing. Oh dear. Right, does that mean we're getting Leanne? Are we getting Leanne? Oh, is she coming in? Right. Are you there, Chibs? Are you there?
Hello. Hello. How are you all?
Are you super impressed at our ability to have technology and do this awesomeness?
My impressed has never been so impressed. I'm literally blown away. I mean, who needs all of those fancy TV channels when you've got Crafters TV? You've got everything you need.
Talk about impressed. Are you impressed with all my ink pad techniques? I learned from the best.
Honestly, I think they're amazing. Do you know what? The ink pads are fabulously easy to use, and so it does make us people look very accomplished when we're not really. Everybody at home can do the same, but your ink pad techniques are amazing. They are a fabulous product, and if you're new to ink pads, they're certainly the one to start with.
Oh, do you know what it's like getting praise from your mum? It's like when you were a little girl and your mum said you did a good job. It's like that. It's like gold star for me. Leanne said I did good. Look, I was doing what you taught everyone yesterday. Tell everyone what you did on your Facebook Live yesterday.
Well, yesterday I popped in for 20 minutes and it ended up 2 hours. So you know how I like to talk. It's hard to shut me up. So I just thought, you know what, I'm going to have a little crafty session from home, and we're just going to make something from scratch because we don't often get that opportunity. So we just sat down in my little room and we got the ink pads out and some dies and some stamps, and we just made a couple of cards. I don't know if anybody's seeing these. Can you see it?
Oh, nice.
We did
you
this,
went a bit blurry for a second.
Look. So we made that from scratch.
Yeah.
But then the mistake, because I changed my mind halfway through, because you know how I like to change my mind. The mistake we made into another card, and then we also, when we cleaned our stamp, made 4 more toppers for more cards.
Tremendous.
So it ended up really good. Everybody enjoyed it, I think.
Do you know what I absolutely love while you so we couldn't sit, they were a little bit blurry at times. What you need to do is bring them with you this afternoon and show everybody this afternoon.
I'll do that.
And do you know what looks awesome? You know your big fluffy hair, it keeps turning purple. When you get close to the camera, it turns purple. You know, have you heard that saying, what everyone's saying? We're only a few weeks away from seeing the real colour of everyone's hair.
Look at, I'm just going to embarrass myself on National Crafters TV. Look at the grey. Oh, it's a tragedy. I always thought I would never go grey, and it's coming through. Never mind.
Tell her I'll put a colour on for her if she needs my help when, you know, at any point when she's in.
Yeah, I don't think you do. She's there.
I'll help you with the colour, don't worry. If you're in, bring the bottle, bring the gloves. I've got a little swivelly chair special as well. It's going to be perfect for doing it. So you bring it in.
Well, you know, I'm not sure if I quite trust you to do that, Joe.
Okay.
I might come out looking like Margarita de Praquetan.
Fabulous.
I might have rainbow stripes in my hair. I'm not sure if I'm quite ready to embrace those just yet.
Oh, well, it'll be fun.
Oh, brilliant. So, Chibs, we've got you this afternoon for Monday Makers. What have you got planned for us?
Do you know what? I've got all sorts planned, and we're going to keep it as a bit of a surprise, I think. There's so many good deals that it's just crazy. And the reason I'm saying we're going to keep it as a surprise is because I've just looked at 2 polls this week, and I can't remember which is which. So, I probably need to go and read that again, don't I?
That's pretty much how we're rolling around here at the moment.
It's all back to me now. Yes, we've got the foil press. Thank you for that, Joe. That's very good of you. And I think we've also got some ink pads from memory and stuff. Just stuff.
We'll try, but I think all these ink pads might be gone by the time you get in by the afternoon.
I've got double-sided box dies.
Ooh.
I'm looking forward to that. And do you know what? The deals on the double-sided box dies are ridiculous.
Well, I'm going to love you and leave you. You go and get yourself ready, and yes, I'll be finished in here in another hour or so, and then 1 out, 1 in. You can come in and get ready for this afternoon.
Yeah, I'll see everybody at 4 o'clock.
Thanks for calling in, Mrs.
Okay,
see you later. I love that we can do that. I absolutely love that we can get people. It means that all of our craft experts are at home as well, because there's only a couple of us live local to here. Luckily, now that couple has become more, because now Joe lives local to here permanently at the moment while we're in lockdown like this. So hopefully we'll be able to get some of our other craft experts Skyping in a little bit more often. Now, I've done that. How good does that look? And how super simple was that to do? So all we did was we stamped it and then just dragged that colour out a little bit. Now, to make it look a little bit more edgy, crafty as it was, I've got that other set of collage stamps. So this is the one where we've took the beautiful big peony off. But watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this one here. I love this technique, by the way. Where's my black ink pad here, right? I'm just going to bring a little bit of that black ink pad, and I do like to stamp it off. So if we put you down here, I'm going to just stamp off the excess here, all right? And then I'm going to just, let's have a look. Pick up a little bit of ink, right? So a little bit, and then just put a little bit around the corners. Can you see? It just gives it a bit of a feel, doesn't it? Yeah, right. And a little bit down the bottom corner, and then a little bit up here, and then some splodges. Have we got any splodges here? Yeah, we've got splodges. Loving splodges on the finger, right? So just pick up a little bit, and then a little bit of a splodge up here, and a little bit of a splodge down here, right? So there's our topper. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to mount that onto a little bit of black card. And can you see the second part of the demo is doing the background? So I'm going to do exactly the same as what we just did in the first technique, but I'm going to build up a background to go behind this part here. So this is going to go under here. And Joe, this basically means you're up because you can ask us questions because I can talk and do me background.
Absolutely. I do need to let you know, everyone, that a fifth of the stock of the large ink pad collection has gone. That might not sound like a lot, but so many more of you watch these shows back. Tens of thousands of you watch the shows back after they've been aired. I mean, there are so many of you watching live at the moment, but especially in the US, a lot of you will come back and watch that. So it is a really large amount to have gone already. It doesn't take into account everyone that's ordering at the moment as well on the website. craftscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu. People are saying how refreshing it is to see that you get mucky hands as well. Even you, Sara, whilst you're doing your inking.
Yes, I think we're all doing a bit of that at the moment, Joe, aren't we?
Absolutely. Someone says, Kay says they think that Leanne might end up with purple hair if it's left to me. I wouldn't do that to Leanne.
Maybe not on purpose, but she's not going to give you the chance.
Yeah, she's not. There's no way that she is letting me loose on her luscious curly locks. That's just not going to happen. A lot of you just saying how much you're generally loving the extra programming that we're bringing you here on Crafters TV. If you want to have a little look ahead of everything that's coming up, go over to the Crafters TV Instagram. If you're on Instagram, click stories, and there's a wonderful big rundown of all the things that's coming up. We're just doing. And this is a great thing about us here at Crafters TV is that I feel like if I had papers, I'd shuffle them and push my glasses up like I'm on the news. I'm practically Kay Burley right now. What I need to let you know is we're about to do an update on the website. And what that means is there's no drama, no issues. We'll still be able to get you your product 100%. If you've got stuff in your basket at the moment, in the next sort of 5 minutes or so, if you don't check out, it might get bumped out your basket. So if you've got product in there, either check out. If it does get bumped out of your basket, you'll need to go back round and just pop it all back in again. So just be mindful of that. That is starting to look fabulous, Sara, may I say.
Isn't it just? But Joe, how easy is it, right? And do you know what, guys? I honestly want you to get this kit home, right? Get this starter kit bundle as well. And then what you can do is you can come back and re-watch this show back and do exactly this card because it is honestly as easy as I'm making it look. Just going to pick up a little bit more on the back there. It is really that simple. So I just want you to get everything so you can do exactly this card. For me, it's just always ideas, Joe. So I can see what to do, but when it comes to, I'm not as confident with like putting cards like this together. I always want to have something to copy off. So I want you, I basically spent the time at the weekend looking on Pinterest, on our Pinterest boards to get a few more ideas. And once you've got the ideas, once you've got basically something to copy off, like I said, this one, you can see exactly where I got this idea from, can't you? Yeah, no surprise there. But that's why we do these cards, to give you all these ideas. This is why I'm coming up loads and doing all these shows, to give you the ideas so that all you're going to do is follow our lead and kind of copy them, right? Now, I'm going to do my inky mess again, right? So I'm going to use those colours. So we had the plum jam and the fuchsia we were using. And then also I was using a little bit of that grasshopper, right? So if you think about the card, we're only going to see some bits of it. So I'm going to start and put a little bit of that grasshopper in to start with, just bringing it down from here. Now that's the difference, you see, my quick dry is dry already. And what a difference that makes. So that's dry, which means we can just ink straight over that and it's going to be good to go, right? So there's that one. And then I'm going to come in with a little bit of the fuchsia, all right? Tap it off just build up a little bit of that fuchsia around there, and then the fuchsia I'll blend into the plum jam. Because we've got that background to work from, it's just basically following around all of the colours that we've already done. And I'm keeping this to just a kind of two-tone colour. So I'm not going crazy with lots of colours in there. I've done everything with just the greens and the pinks this time, all right? How lovely is this looking? It's really, really starting to come together. And then I can build a little bit of that deeper fuchsia in. Right, sorry, a bit of the plum jam. So we had the fuchsia, and then I'm going to blend the plum jam. Now, what these aren't, when you get these home, what you'll realise is they aren't just the same. It's not just the same as the other pink one, but a little bit deeper. It is a completely new colour. So not like when we use our Spectrum Tri-Blend pens, and I'm telling you, do you know what? This is the same colour but deeper. These aren't. They are like a different shading, so it's going to bring this kind of together and give you different shading. So if you're wondering, do I need all of the colours in this set? That's why you do. And that starter kit set we've put together, it's not all of the colours in our collection. It's basically the ones that I kind of think you need to start with. So I wanted to get you a price point that was a bit more affordable. So we've done that one at the 50, or if it's £50 or is it $70? Yeah. And then also we've got the one at the £100 or $140. What I'm being told is most of you are going for that one. But it's just great. It means there's something for every budget, isn't there? Right? So there's our mix of colours on there. Get my lids back on the right colours. And we're going to do our splodgy droppy thing again, right? So straight on there, splodgy droppy thing. I'm dropping a couple of bigger splodges. Just a technical term, that one. Well, if you can think of something better to call it, guys, watching, you let me know. But until you do, it's a splodgy droppy thing, right? So let's have a look. Let's do the magic ready. Oh, yes. Splodgy droppy thing, big style, right? Let's have a little bit more down here. But isn't it really easy to do? It's technically called a faux bleaching effect. Didn't want you to think I didn't know that, in case Leanne's still watching and I get in trouble for not knowing all the technical terms when I should. She has been a good teacher over the years, I promise. Do you know, isn't it lovely though that you've got so many of us coming to you who are kind of specialists in different areas and able to bring you different tips and techniques. It'd be lovely to have Leanne in this afternoon and see what she's teaching today and how it's a bit different. This is what I'm saying when I'm saying keep these. I would probably keep this one and get a little bit more mess all over there. But then once it's dry, these cut out and make lovely flowers. Yeah, and because it's on paper, it just scrunches up beautifully well. So we keep all of these just down here so we can put them together. Right, this one here is going to mount onto the back of there. I'm going to use, now if you're using the tape pens, absolutely brilliant, right? Or if you're using the collal glue, you could get it 3D'd if you want. Now, how on earth, Joe, you've managed to get somebody to put these on buy one, get one free? I didn't sign that off. But you know what? It's just done, isn't it? It's a bit too late now. So all I'd say is make the most of it. Yes, make the most of it while you can. Are we getting plenty of comments, by the way, Joe, so that I'm going to have plenty of people to send these lovely cards out to that we've made?
Yes, absolutely. We are. A lot of people talking about how much they love the technique. Stan's saying, when am I going to Skype from home? I'll have to actually be at home during the show in order to Skype in. So I don't know. When I'm not here, next time I'm not here, I'll Skype in. A lot of people just dropping in and saying hello. A lot of people talking about being a bit apprehensive when they first had these, but the more they used them, the more the inspiration sort of came along.
Yes.
And I guess they are one of those things where you can just try it. If it doesn't work, start again. You know, it's just a piece of cardstock and a little bit of ink at the end of the day. I'd love to know still what your favourite techniques are with these, because there are just so many. A lot of people saying they like your splodgy. I could only come up with splatter. Not nearly as fun. I thought the drip technique might be what we could call it, but I'm not sure. You know, there's loads of names there for them. Keep getting your comments in. Let me know what you're going for as well in the show. Oh, a lot of excitement, Sara, about those double-sided box dies. in Monday Makers tonight with Leanne.
As there should be.
It's my first ever Crafters TV show with Leanne tonight. I'm really, really excited. She's such a fountain of knowledge. That was the international sign for fountain, by the way, if you didn't quite get it.
You will learn a lot from Leanne tonight, let me tell you. Your head will be battered by the time she finishes with you.
In a good
really
way.
Will.
In a good way.
Right, I finished my card. How fab does that look? All right, let's have a look. We like it on the oven. It's because basically I've got a mess over here. So if we do it, let's put it over. Yes, we kind of need to be lifted up a bit here, don't we? We need like we need a podium over here, such that when we have finished said card, it goes on the gorgeous podium. All right. Oh, we could have like a little lazy Susan spinning around. How good would that look, right? Either way, how awesome was that? And again, we did that whole card right from the beginning. That was about, what, a 15, 20-minute project? So we've done 3 now. So just a reminder what we've done. We've done the inking technique. We did, the multicoloured blending technique. And we did the very, very basic just get me started technique, right? There's no... Stand up, guys. There's no reason why you can't achieve all 3 of those cards now. Do you know what? We can even turn them to our little close-up one. We just get a cut off at the top. Yeah, you see all my mess going on down here. This is what's coming up next, right? I'm going to show you how to start in colour with some Molly Harrison stamps. Now, again, these are in that starter kit. So I'll let Joe kind of give you a bit of an update. I'll get my stuff together and we'll be ready to go.
Yeah, I need to remind you as well, firstly, of the trays. So busy on these storage trays. Now, they are great for all of your Spectrum Noir. I love that. I think I just found those ink pads we couldn't find, Johnny. They're not storage trays. Yeah, there they were. We knew they were somewhere. You are scrambling around in the store this morning trying to find the ink pads. They were in that box all along. What I will show you, though, are these trays. Now, the trays are fantastic. You get 6 in each box, so you're going to get ×2 of these. And what you can do is you can either store them so they're vertically, you can store them against the wall. I think they look fabulous like this, sort of cascading back a little bit so you can see what's in there. Or if you want to, you can then store them as well. They will clip together long ways. So you could have them, 3x2 if you wanted to. Now, as well as taking all of the Spectrum Noir ink pads, if you've got the little square ones that so many of you have, you can actually pop those into here as well. They will fit in there, which is fantastic. You buy one, you get one free. What do you do with these, Sara? You
buy one, you get one free.
Absolutely. So do stock up. £16.99 each is what they should be. However, today that's what, £8.50 in the UK, £12.50 if you're in the US. So it's fantastic value that. And also it's lovely to have somewhere to store them. Don't end up just throwing them in a box somewhere and then forgetting where you've put them. Put them into your lovely storage trays. Now, the stamps. So busy for these. I've got a few boards just to show you what you are getting within here. So Sara already used 2 of these stamps that you've seen. So you've got this one here, which is Let Your Spirit Soar. So here you can see those beautiful photopolymer stamps and then what they stamp out just there. Really nice collection in here because what you've got is you've got a focal point, you've got sentiments, you've got embellishments, you've got splodges, as Sara calls them, and you've got background. So you think about the amount of possibilities that you can create just with that one stamp set. You're not getting that. You're actually getting 3 stamp sets, an embossing folder and a stencil in here. So you've got this one here too. This was the one that Sara just used. Again, you've got that really lovely, big, beautiful peony. You've got that sort of, I want to call it chicken wire, but that's not what it is. It's got a much more technical name than that, I'm sure. And then you've got these lovely ornate elements down here as well. Things like these swirls here, they're fabulous for creating corners, and also you can use those by being a bit clever with them to create frames as well, if you want to. So you get both of those included. You also get the stencil. Now, I love these stencils because what you're able to do is by layering them up individually, you'll see they look beautiful individually, but then when you combine them, you get that. Great for inking through, wonderful for spritzing through. If you've got any kind of pastes as well, glitter pastes or any kind of texture paste, if you love mixed media, these are absolutely fabulous. Make sure you get a little bit of stick and spray as well. Pop them down with that. You'll love them. And then what you've got as well are 2 other elements in here too. So what you've got is you've got this wonderful big Molly Harrison stamp, that beautiful mermaid theme there, which is the one that Sara's going to use. And then the ever popular Lily collection, we've got that fabulous embossing folder for you from there as well. That's really great value, £32 or $35.50 to get all of that. You're saving over a third there on that one. So do grab that whilst we have it. Now, I'm going to have to just quickly grab something because I'm really worried. I'm really worried about a lot of the stuff. We're still about 40 minutes away from getting to the craft vault. However, there's one in particular that I'm really concerned about, and it's this. It's the watercolor card in a pad, 300 GSM. It's 20 sheets in there. So you buy that. It would be $9.99 normally, and this is core product. We sell this day in, day out at $9.99. However, today you're also going to get the white stamping card included. 60 sheets, 300 GSM, perfect for stamping, but also great for other stuff. It's a really good, versatile weight of cardstock. It's going to be great for card blanks if you wanted to use it for that. Wonderful as well for construction. So if you're thinking about going for the double-sided box dies in the later show, myself and Leanne, that would be a great cardstock for you to use. This one, I think, is the most vulnerable out of all of the Craft Vault items. All of the Craft Vault items, you'll find them, of course, on the website. Craft Vault is a segment within this show, so you need to go to the show that the Craft Vault is within. That's this Sara special, and that is where you'll find the deals. I can see you've been monitoring those comments over there, Sara. What are people saying?
Well, I have, Joe, because I asked everybody what they've been treating themselves to. So I'm just having a look at what everybody's been getting. I love this, Christine Davies. The full Monty, Sara, the full Monty. I'm guessing that means the full shebang, the whole lot. Love it. Come on, comments, up you come. Yes, there we go. Oh, I tell you, it's all fancy today. I brought the iPad instead of just trying to look on my little iPhone. Look at that, a great tip from Sarah Holland. I labelled each slot in the tray so that they get put in the right place. Have also added a Velcro dot and used to store the blending pad, one for each colour that I use the most. So that tip there is what I was saying about earlier. If you use your little, so you could take your little bits off when you're not using them, stick some more Velcro back on here, and then you could just stick these on here so that you're just lifting the one off ready when you want to use it. Now, yes, you could wash them like I said, but doing it this way means you're going to use less ink. So you're going to use, when you come back to them the next time, they're already going to have a little bit of ink in ready to go. So that's a fantastic tip, right? So, right, everyone, yes, when you're chatting to Joe, I'm keeping a comment on what everybody's got to say. Now, what I have done while we were waiting for you, Joe, I've just stamped this one out already because you've seen me do loads of stamping. So I thought I'll get the stamping done so that we can focus more on the colouring, right? So that's the stamping here. For the colouring, I'm going to do a little bit at a time. So I'm going to start off doing a skin. And for a skin, I'm going to use Sandstorm and Fuchsia. Now, here's what I want you to do, okay? I want you to use your glass mat's a bit of an essential for this, to be honest. I mean, I don't want you to take your water to your ink pad. Don't do that. I want you to stamp it out a little bit onto your glass mat, right? So I'm just going to pop this down. Oh, it's quite a lot of you been getting the glass mats this morning. Love that. I bet people are making up craft rooms, you see, now they've got a lot of time. Now, I don't know if you're able to zoom in on what I'm doing. We'll try, right? I can't promise, but we're going to try and do a live zoom, which means we'll go, right? So it won't be quite as steady like that, right? There you go, you see, look at that. So now I'll just go, make sure we're right in the, look at that, right in the middle. And you know what, I'll keep you over here so that if we need our Joe to appear up here, we absolutely can. And I'll try and put my ink down here, although I'll try not to make a mess, Sarah. So all you're not seeing is me thing of water. But I don't think it matters that you see me thing of water. Just know every time I take my paintbrush off, we're just going to get a bit more water, right? Now, this is the Sandstorm up here, so I'm just picking up the colour, right? So I'm going to start there. Do you want me to show you what we're painting again, in case anyone's just tuning in? This is what we're painting, right? I'll try and put her there. Oh, you can't. You can just about see her tail. There she is. So you can see what we're painting, and I'm going to do it down here, right? Here we go. We'll put it there. Yeah, we've got it. Right, so just going to pick up a little bit of this here, and I'm just going to add a little bit of the fuchsia on the corner just to warm it up a little bit, right? And so we can come, let's start with something easier first, right? So down the side of her skin, all right? So I'm going to just come around this bit of a skin. So can you see the fuchsia that I put on first is all blended in for how gorgeous does that look, right? And it's given us that 3D effect around her skin. A little bit more water, right? I'll put a little excess bit of water here, and we're just blending. So we're basically now doing art, but using the tiny little bit of fuchsia again. We're using the ink pads as like paint, essentially. All right, so don't think, oh, I haven't got paint, I can't do this. What does it hurt? You've already got these ink pads at home now, I know, because you just all told me that you've ordered them, which means you can give this a try. I don't want you to think, oh, I don't do painting, so I can't do this. If I can do this, folks, you can do this. All I know is Leanne's just taught me all these techniques over the years. I was not a proficient expert painter colourer. But how easy is it to do this? You don't need to be an expert. You just need to have the confidence to go and try. And it's a little bit less scary picking them up from the glass mat like this and painting with it, as opposed to actually having to do something and a little bit more pink on there. Right? So there's her body, right? Have I got all of her body done? Yes, we have. Should we do a mermaid tail now? Now for a tail, I thought we'd use a bit of spring meadow, a little bit of parakeet, some lagoon when we want a little bit of depth on the parakeet, some crushed velvet, got me crushed velvet at the ready, and a little bit of midnight for the deeper one, right? So I'm going to start with the lighter colours first and work my way along. What I'll do is I'll come there and I'll put all these colours down here so you can see. So a bit of spring meadow, we're going to put a little bit of the, you see you don't need very much, a little bit of the parakeet, and then I'm going to put a bit of the deep midnight next to it. And then we're going to go into the purple shade. So we're going to go into our plum jam, crushed velvet, that one. Plum jam is what we used on the last one. And a bit of midnight on there on the back, all right? So all the time, wet brush. So get your paint. I'm going to put a little bit of water down here so I don't have to keep going off camera for you to see. So I'm just picking up water from here, picking up a little bit of the green, right? Mix it with a bit of sandstone because we're going to bring the green in essentially from a skin, all right? So we're going to mix in from where we had a skin here. So I'm going to just bring a little bit more sandstorm in there into the green, all right? Then from that green, we're going to go into a little bit, oh, I did say I'd have some water down here, not too much, pick up a little bit of my parakeet, but blending the two together. So where it's nice and wet, what you'll find is the wetter it is, the easier it is to blend, but the harder it is for you to get a darker shade. So you might want to start bringing in some of them slightly darker ones. Now I've just seen, I've got a little bit of a line on her tummy there, I don't even know if you can see it. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to wet it, I'm just going to blend that back out. Look how easy that is. Totally blended that back out, all right? Just going to bring that up now. Now I'm going to start blending in a little bit more of my midnight. So can you see how much darker it is when I've got less water on there? And you can always just go and start and blend extra colours together. You can always add another layer on top. Now we're getting into the purple. Joe, I'm just going to lose myself now. So I'll paint, you talk.
Not a problem. Much better than it being the other way around and me trying to paint, I think, whilst you talk. This is a much better of arrangement. I do need to let you know of the large ink pad collection. A quarter of the stock has gone, and a lot of you are ordering in the ordering process at the moment. A lot of you wait till the end of the hour to order, but many more of you watch us back, because of course all of our Crafters TV programming lives on the Crafters TV page of our website, so it's going to be there for all the time for you to watch back. All the deals last for at least 48 hours, so you know 4 or 5 times as many people that watch us live will watch this show back later. So if you are watching back a repeat, what I'd say is definitely check the stock situation on our website, craftscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu. Lots of you are commenting along. I can see loads of you joining us as well from all over the place. Cynthia saying how much she loves the glass mat, makes cleaning such a breeze. A lot of you as well talking about ordering today, and then as Sara was saying, watching back the shows at a later date, and that's really what's fantastic, because you can, all of these tips and hints and techniques, you don't need to remember these will be there for us on the website the whole time. Don't forget as well, the craft vault is coming up at the end of this show. So many of you are there at the moment shopping ahead. I think the likelihood of us having sellouts before we get to the craft vault is actually quite high. Lots of you waking up on the East Coast and saying hello. I can see Ronnie is here in Florida at the moment as well. Lots of you saying that you're using this as an opportunity to get stocked up on lots of your essentials too. I can say Cynthia saying that she is stocking up on adhesives today. Helen saying she just got 2 of the ink pad storage trays. Don't forget about those. Of course, they're on that fabulous half price offer. Just to show you the details of that. $16.99 in the UK gets you 2. You buy one, you get one free. So that makes them $8.50 each in the UK, or $12.50 each if you're in the US, which is phenomenal value for money. You get 6 in each of there. You can store 6, 12, 18, or you can store 36 ink pads in total. So you're going for that big collection. It will all store beautifully with those, which is fantastic. Teresa says that she has made a sort of mini group of crafty friends, and they watch the shows back on Crafters TV together at the same time, and then they comment along. What a great way. It's all there for you. Basically, you're basically doing what I do with my friends every weekend at the moment, but we do it with Eurovision. We watched 2003 this week. All of our American viewers will have no idea what I mean by Eurovision. Let's educate each other on that at a later date. We'll definitely have a discussion about that. Lynn saying that she has ordered the inkpad collection, and just lots of you really, really loving this. That is looking absolutely beautiful, Sarah.
Why, thank you.
Really lovely.
I'm a little bit lost in my own world here.
Do you know a question that I had earlier? I know I have some good ideas and I have some truly terrible ones, let me assure you. Could you... I don't know if this would work or not.
This is going to be good, this, isn't it?
I hope so. Could you stamp with water on a water-reactive background? And if so, what would happen?
Oh, hey. That sounds good. Right, and then try and lift the colour out.
Yeah. Would it just pull the colour out from the outline image of the stamp? Or would it all just smush everywhere? I don't know.
I have a feeling it would smush everywhere.
Okay.
But do you know, I know the look that you're after. Do you know what I would recommend? I would recommend getting some, some drawing gum from the website, right? So you can stamp and then resist with it. Do you know what? I think there's a card up here I've seen. Here we go. This is the sort of effect you're after here, isn't it? This one here. Do you want to see?
That is what I was thinking, yeah.
Yeah, and then can you see they're like shadowy in the background? Yeah?
Okay.
So should we see how this one's been done? So, Debbie Durant, Harmony Ink Pad launch, graduated, blended, stamped with water, and more colour lifted out, and 4 bleach and stamped with inks. Stamped and coloured with inks. I tell you what.
Oh, with inks?
Debbie Durant, thank you. No, she's saying she stamped with water and drawn it out.
Amazing.
Hey, I tell you what, Jo is absolutely...
This is my international water dance that I'm doing right
The
here.
international water dance, I love it. Do you know, as soon as you said that, that's what I thought of. I've never tried that technique. I've never tried that before. I'm going to have to try it.
Earlier.
Right, let's have a look. I've done the tail. I'm digging my tail. I'm totally in love with my tail there again, right? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do a hair. Notice how I've only used tiny little bits of colour. I started off splodging a big bit, and then I thought, you know what, let's not waste it. I only need tiny little bits. And also what I'm finding is the less water you have on your brush, the more intense you're going to be able to make it now. So it's a little, can you see that's quite wet there? So if I just take a little bit more off, look how much deeper it is. So I'm going to colour her hair now, and I'm going to, again, just blend all these shades together. I think I might need a little bit more lagoon. Oh, I tell you what, that was nearly on the frock. That was nearly on the frock. And do you know what? I've got to keep the frock nice, because do you know what they've asked me to do tonight, Jo? They've asked me to Skype in to the One Show.
Oh, how fabulous.
So the One Show, for all those of you who are in the US and don't know, because it's one of our programmes here in the UK, actually go on, Jo, you tell them.
It's kind of like like a magazine show, I guess, or a panel show. They have very esteemed guests, such as Sara, of course. And it's basically like a kind of chat show, but very topical, and it happens right after the 6 o'clock news. So it's one of the biggest watched shows on the BBC. What are you going to be talking about, Sara?
So they've asked me to Skype in tonight and talk live with them about basically how everyone's getting into crafting. Now everyone's stuck at home, everyone is they're all getting in on our hobby. They're all absolutely loving the crafting, so I've been asked to talk. So make sure tonight, guys, those of you in the UK, you're watching the One Show.
I wonder if you can watch it in the US, because they do have a BBC channel, I think, don't they, in the US? Is it BBC America, I think it might be called.
America. I don't know if it'll be on live.
If you've got BBC America, if you can get it, let me know. Do you have the One Show?
That would be lovely.
Yeah, it comes right after the news here. It's on every day as well, and it is presented by some absolutely lovely presenters. Is it Matt Baker?
Matt Baker.
Is he from this part of the world?
He is. I love Matt Baker. He's one of my favourite people on TV. And I think that's because he's another northern fella. So, yes, he grew up in Lanchester, which is just another little village, just literally around the corner from where we are. It's about 20 minutes up the road from here. So, yeah.
According to our producer Johnny, it's got a good garden centre apparently.
Oh, Lanchester has a lovely garden centre, yes. So, so Matt Baker's family are, they live on a farm. They have a farm up there. So I saw him the other day. I follow him on Instagram. It was lovely to see he'd Skyped his mum for Mother's Day last week because they were self-isolating. So Matt's been coming live on the One Show via the power of Skype.
From isolation.
From being socially isolated. So I just think it just shows you see, we're all learning how to do it. And it's just making us look at different ways that we can do all the stuff that we've always done.
And aren't we lucky that we do live in, a time where we have so much amazing technology at our fingertips? Like we can come into your guys' homes, you can all chat to each other. Friends of mine have been using this new app. I don't know if you've tried it, Sara. I think called, is it House Party or Face Party or something like that?
I've been hearing about this one. I haven't tried it yet. I did get Zoom at the weekend. I got Zoom at the weekend because our Oliver's little friends from school all decided that, the parents decided they were going to have a Zoom call. And then our Oliver, because he's really shy, and he wouldn't go in front of them. He wouldn't sit in front of his friends. Oh, it broke me heart. It's a little bit like when we take him to kids' parties. He's a little bit better now, but when he was little, he just wouldn't. He wouldn't. He's just so shy. I can see so much of me in him when I was younger.
Were you shy as a kid?
Really shy.
I can't imagine that.
I know you can. Not now, crikey. I think I maybe got it all out my system when I was little, but yeah, I was really shy as a kid. So.
How funny is that? I was like stick thin as a child.
No way!
Stick thin, and my head when I was like 8 months old was still this. My mum says that I was born. My head was this size when I was born, and I just sort of grew into it over the years. Like my head was so big, I just looked like I couldn't sort of support it. I'll show you pictures at some point. I'll share some on my Facebook. I am the strangest looking child, but I was telling Sara the other day, I could basically talk before I could walk, and people would put their head into my pram when I was a child, and they'd be like, "Oh, what a lovely little boy," and I'd be like, "Hello, what's your name?" We still laugh about it now.
I can totally believe that. And now what's he do for a living? He talks.
Yeah.
You do a great job of it too.
All the talking.
Right. I've done me hair. Isn't she looking fabulous? Do you want me to lift it up a little bit more so you can have another good look? Look at me hair. She's looking lovely. Right, now for the background piece, I'm going to bring it back in a little bit more so you can see we're just basically going to do this watercolory all over backgroundy kind of a thing. So this is a lot paler and a lot wetter. So you're doing a lot of, water, mixing water into water. And then we're just going to kind of blend it all out together and then come through all the little bubbles and that too. But it's super easy to do, isn't it, Jo? It's very, very relaxing, this as well. I'm really eager to know of all the people watching who's never had a go at painting with their ink pads, or who has had a go at painting with their ink pads and can tell us about how it's gone. That's what I'd like to know.
Please do let us know. I was a bit sort of, I was going to say, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to say the word ignorant towards ink pads. And it was Leanne that taught me, because I always just thought that an ink pad was something that you pressed against the stamp in order to stamp an image out. And I thought that was it. And then actually me and Leanne did the UK launch of these ink pads over on Creating Crafts. And I was absolutely blown away by the different things that you can do. And I think that, yeah, they are great as backgrounds, but even if you're just stamping them, I think stamping is like one of the most versatile things that you can do in crafting, because the amount of different ways that you can take it, you want to get the same stamped image, but there's so many things that you can do after that. Robbie saying she really, really needs these these stamps in her life. Donna is saying she's not painted with the ink pads yet. Donna, are you going to give it a go? Do reply and let me know if you're going to give it a try after seeing Sara. Karen as well is saying absolutely love these teaching videos. Been at home the last few days, got 6 cards made, which is a lot for me, so thank you, Sara. Linda says that Leanne is really, really knowledgeable on the ink pads, that all of you have learned so much from her. Also, a couple of weeks ago as well, me and Debbie Robinson, the lovely Debbie Robinson, she's watching, I think, what am I like? Me and her did a really lovely show, and she took us through all the different types of ink pads and what you might use all the different ones for.
Oh, that sounds like a good
If I can
show.
think when it was, I'll have a think about the date and see if I can find it. I think it was on a Creative Cravings show. Oh, Stacey says she discovered House Party at the weekend and loved having a conversation face to face with one daughter in Newcastle and the other one in Manchester. She says she never painted with an ink pad, but she's certainly going to start now. Thank you so much, Sara and Joe, for all of these spectacular shows. You are more than welcome, Stacey. A lot of people saying, yeah, never thought about painting with these before. Sandy saying that. Teresa, oh, she's well versed. She loves painting with her ink pad. She's saying, and Donna saying she's going to give it a go. Robin says she has this stamp. She used watercolour pencils when she did it, and she's really keen to give it a go with the ink pads. Eileen said that she bought these ink pads quite a while back, so she's really pleased with doing this show because she's definitely going to go and discover them and get them out and get doing some colouring. Donna, she says she is going to try painting just because Sara's made it look so easy.
Thank you.
Someone's saying the ink pad storage is sold out. I'm going to double check that because I'm not sure it is, but Renee, we will have a look into that. I don't think it is sold out, but I will double check for you. I think this is definitely one of those, isn't it, Sara? You could just sort of lose yourself in it.
Oh, well, I have just lost myself in it. There's absolutely no doubt about that. But look how I've got those lovely, like, can you see I've got the mix of the colours in the background. I put the detail down here and then I wash that out. Now, just to remind you, because that's pretty much dry now, I'll give it a second to dry before I mount it up. I'll give it a bit of background as well. The colours I used, so I used the Lagoon and the Parakeet for doing in her, there you go, I used the Lagoon and the Parakeet for around here, and you can see how we've got that lovely shading coming down there. I used the Midnight for where we wanted the deep blue coming in at places. Then for the purple ones, I had the Fuchsia and also the crushed velvet, so we blend in the purple and the crushed velvet. And then for her face, we did use a little bit of Sandstorm as well. And then also to get that nice little bit of bright green in the middle, I used a little bit of Spring Meadow. Same in her hair. She looks really nice because she's like blended in different colours in her hair. So those are all of the colours I used on that one. What I am going to do is I'm going to leave a little bit of the Midnight out. I'm going to just come in and I'm going to wipe up some of the rest of this, leave the Midnight and the blues out there, and I'm going to just give it a little bit of depth around the outside, right? So I had my ink pad that I used a little bit earlier, right? Just blend all that in so you've only got a tiny little bit on there. We're very wet down there, right? And then just a tiny little bit round the edge. Very, very gentle, just saves me doing any matting and layering basically. So it just gives me that little bit of depth around the outside, and then that's going to mount on the front of the card. Because remember, we're giving all these cards away, so I'm not just doing some pretty colouring, I'm doing pretty colouring, making them into cards, and we're going to send these out to someone. Look at the difference that's made there. Just giving it that little bit of edging around the outside. That's going to come. Get all this cleaned up, ready for my next card after this. Hey, I'm flying through these, Joe. Who said I wouldn't get all 5 of these done? Absolutely.
You said you were going to do 5 demonstrations, and we were thinking, wow, that is a lot of demonstrations. But you have flown through them. And actually, do you know what? I think that what I've learnt from these is that this show is that ink pads are not as scary as you think they are. I just presume they're much more difficult to use than something like a pen or a water brush or something like that. But actually, the techniques are striking, but not out of reach, I'd say, for a confident beginner. Sara, would you?
Definitely not. Well, this is why I wanted to do it, Joe. Because actually, you've just watched me do these. Please give it a go. You know, they're not scary. If you're buying the ink pads just to do the inky technique stuff, why not get them when you've got them and have a go at doing something like this? because I know you're all going to go for that stamping starter kit as well as getting the ink pad starter set. I want you to get that stamping set because it's got those collage stamps in. It's got this stamp that we've just used. It's got the one that I used first where we did the silhouette stamping, and it just means you can basically go back and re-watch this show. What we're doing is we're making sure all of these shows are going to stay on the website. So you'll just be able to go to Crafters TV, or if you're doing like what we're doing in our house, put me on the big telly. I've been having loads of comments over the weekend, people saying, I've done what you said, Sarah, I'm on the big telly. So I've followed you through. We've sent an email out this morning trying to explain to people as well exactly how to do it. So if you haven't had a go and check your emails this morning from us. We've sent you the schedule for the week and also some tips on how to get on the big telly. I love that.
A lot of our American viewers are saying that they've started calling the TV telly, which they don't in America. And people are like, what are you on about? Telly that, oh, sorry, it's this British word that we've picked up from Sarah. That is gorgeous, Sarah.
I'm just making it a little stand, like I said. There,
Oh.
it needed a little stand.
The
really
plinth,
needs a spinny
the
round
plinth
stand.
of perfection, that's what it needs to be called.
Oh, the plinth of perfection. I love it. I love it. Right. Give us a couple of minutes. I'll get myself tidied up. We'll do the last one.
I'll remind everyone, we are just checking the stock on those ink pads. A few of you are saying that you're struggling to check out with them. Stacey has commented again. Stacey, who discovered House Party over the weekend. She says her husband asked her where she would go first. She's in 12-week isolation at the moment. And her husband both agreed it would have to be here to our Newton Aycliffe store because she is missing the store and he is missing the coffee and the cake. Well, soon as you come back, once this is all over, do message me on Facebook and let me know when you're here and I'll pop through and say hi because I am also... I mean, I could buy you the coffee and cake, but I'm definitely partial to a slice of cake from our cafe. So do let me know you're here. I love Johnny in the garage. Thinks I'm just made of money, clearly. Okay, ink pad storage. We are checking the stock on that. So whilst that's happening, let's just go back and recap the big 29-piece collection because this is what most of you are going for. There is a slightly smaller one, but this is the best way to get the best value. Let me run you through the colours you've got in here. Look at all of that. I think it's fair to say that some of you collect these sorts of ink pads for months, if not years, to get to a collection as comprehensive as this, and we're making it so affordable for you to get absolutely loads straight off. You've got in here Straw Bale, Crushed Velvet, Lagoon, Midnight, Plum Jam, Grasshopper, Pine Tree, Spring Meadow, Sandstorm, Oasis, Baby Blue, Twilight Grey, Orange, Chinese Red, Red Berry, Green Topaz, Pale Fig, Holly Leaf, Frozen Lake, Spring Meadow, need to sit down, Damson Wine, Noir Black, Frosty Jade, Friar Brown, Bordeaux, Smoked Pearl, Silent Night, Pumice, and then the quick drying ink pad in black. All of those could be yours. £100 if you're in the UK, saving £45. $140, saving $60. Don't forget, because it is over the spend, you'll get free postage and packaging if you're in the UK. You'll get free shipping and handling on this as well if you're in the US. Someone did just drop into the comments a few minutes ago. I just want to see if I can find out who it was and said, what is the situation? It was Christine actually, said she ordered the tri-blends on Friday's show and said, how long is delivery taking with all this going on? Actually, Sara, do you want to let people know? Because I know that you were chatting to the warehouse just this morning, weren't you?
Yes, I've been checking in with the warehouse guys every day. We're so lucky. In fact, I popped down to see them this morning. So in the warehouse, they've been so careful. We've basically spread everybody out. Everybody's at their own desks. The desks are about 3-4 metres apart. So you're talking about 10 feet apart. And they're all still packing your orders. People came in all weekend to work on overtime to get your orders out as well. So we're actually just at the moment packing the orders from Friday and Saturday. So the orders are going out. Now, bear in mind, it will take a little bit longer. So all the courier services have been affected as well. So we can't guarantee, the courier service that we use won't guarantee the same service that we normally do. But trust me, my team are working round the clock to get your orders out. And as soon as we get them out, you'll get that dispatch note. What I would say is our customer services team are inundated as well. Lots of people keep just checking in and saying, can you tell us where our order is and if it's on its way? And what I would say is, trust us, it's on its way. The orders are coming through, everything's working as normal. All of the rest of our office-based team are all working from home and they're able to keep on top of the orders and everything like that. But the warehouse is still packing and dispatching all of your orders. Just bear in mind that it will take that little bit longer. Oh, and I've got to give you an update as well. That reminds me. Point your fingers out. I know a lot of you watched the Spectrum Tri-Blend show that we were just talking about on Friday, and those pens did sell out on Friday night of the allocated stock we had, but I had them rush around, basically put us more bundles of the stock together, so we were able to get that back up live from around about Saturday lunchtime. So if you were trying to get the Tri-Blends on Friday, it was a crazily busy show, but we did manage to put the same bundle. Now at the moment, we still have stock of all of them, and I've just said we're going to have to put more stock availability on that. But it will be, there is a couple of the sixpence sets that are starting to look a little bit vulnerable and will be selling out. So I will try and do more tri-blend colouring as we go along. So if you've got the pens and you're going to want more inspiration, we're going to do loads more colouring with the tri-blends, but it probably won't be our whole colour selection because we're now into like limited numbers of what we've got of those pens. So make sure if you were waiting for it to come back in stock, you go and get that as well.
There you are. So yeah, a great time to order at the moment. We're going to keep bringing you as many shows as we possibly can, as long as we possibly can. Very, very busy though. Very busy on those. Now, I need to give you another quick heads up at some of the stuff in the craft vault that's looking really vulnerable. All-purpose glue. I mean, it's quite unbelievable that I managed to get any discount on this. But to get it to buy one, get one free, you're paying £1.50 per pot when you buy them together like this, or $4. That is very, very busy. You get 100 mils in each of those. And as Sara calls this, best glue in the world is what Sara calls it. 3D glue gel. You've just seen Sara use it in that beautiful Mermaid project. This is wonderful when you want that depth on your projects. I've actually used this to glue LED battery-operated fairy lights inside a translucent top for when I was at Glastonbury once. Yeah, I mean, it's got a whole host of uses, that one. Sara's looking very concerned by that news. Do grab that. £2.75 per tube is what you're looking at in the UK for that. It's buy one, get one free, £5.49.95. Tape pens. Now, sometimes we do like a buy 8, get 12 on these. I've never seen them on buy one, get one free. And that is because you are getting unbelievable deal, but it is part of the vault, which means that the stock is not unlimited. We can't bring this to you for very long. This is me really twisting the arms, and I wouldn't say rummaging around the warehouse because these are always in stock, but the guys work really hard to give you some great deals. There's not as much of it as I would like. If you are watching after the hour, then definitely check the stock. £2 each on those. They are so much longer than you'd expect from a regular tape pen, and so much stronger. Well, it sounds like a well-known sort of tissue advert, that, doesn't it? So stronger and longer. And we need some little Labradors running around in here as well. But do go across to the website, look at all of the Craft Vault items. It is all within this Sara's special. Now, is that 4 down, Sara? We still got 1 to go.
1 to go. 4 down, 1 to go. I've got a job for you, Joe.
Oh, okay.
So while I'm busy doing this last demo, you need to go through and pick some winners.
Will do.
We've got 5 cards. We need 5 winners. I want you to make sure you go on YouTube because we've got I am multitasking because I'm a woman, you know, and we're good like that. So I've got YouTube on my phone, and can you see I'm literally watching all the comments come through live as we're going. So I've got YouTube on the phone, and then I've got my iPad for Facebook as well. So I'm keeping a tab on both of them. So pick some winners off both, right? Right, so I'm going to put this one, my Little Mermaid one that we did. You can go up on the background there as well. And this is what we're going to be doing. I'm going to put it, before we start, I'm going to put it on the plinth of, what did he call it? Plinth of something. You stand there on me plinth. Yes, the plinth of display. I don't know what he called it. He gave it a nice name. That's what I'm going to be showing you. We'll get ourselves a nice little stand there for later, right? So to do that, you use the 3D folder, and would you believe it, the 3D folder is coming in your technique set. And I'm going to show you what's called a letterpress technique. So this foot's beautiful. What I want you to do is have a feel. You'll see one side is all lifted up. This is the back side. If you want the hint, it's the one where the logo's printed, right? That's raised up. The other side is all indented, right? Now what we're going to do is we're going to put some ink onto the side that is indented. and we're going to rub it all over the background so that we don't get it in the indented bits, we only get it in the raised bits. So can you see that? All the indented bit, you can see the patterns being left, and all we're doing is we're getting it in the raised bit. Right, now if you do this technically properly, what you should do really is transfer it over with a brayer, but this is the Sara way of doing it quick and easy, right? So we're going to put, again, I'm using the watercolour card because it's the easiest to do. We're going to put the watercolour card on the base, and we're going to put that top piece down on there to go with it. Then it goes through your Gemini. Now, you can't see my Gemini. Where have I put my Gemini plate? I've just got them out. I've literally just got my Gemini plates out. Put them ready, not my stamping mat. Here they are, right? Got my Gemini plate. You can't see me Gemini because it's down the bottom here. But just trust me, it's just down there, you just about see it, right? So I'm going to send this through. Because it's a 3D folder, I'm using one of the clear plates, then my embossing folder, then I've got the plastic frosted plate, and then the magnetic on the top. So what you end up with, when I lift this out, can you see, we get the ink, but in the background only. Now, the way to clean this up is the way you've been watching me clean everything up today. It's just another baby wipe. So just keep, or a damp cloth if you're not wanting to use up loads of baby wipes. But basically, best thing to do is to clean it as soon as you've finished it, and then the ink doesn't get time to dry on there. All right, so we've got that nice and clean, and that can go back to use later. Look, I've been so good at keeping my home workspace tidy and clean, haven't I? Right, then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring a little bit of pink in, and I'm going to blend a little bit of pink over the raised areas. So it'll have purple in the background and it'll have pink on the raised up areas in the foreground. But because these are blendable, you're going to be able to blend the pink with the purple in the background. How fantastic is that? So purple in the background, pink coming up into the foreground, putting a bit of, notice what I'm doing, I'm putting some on and then I'm taking some off again so that we don't end up with too much, right? And because it's 3D, can you see how that lily, in fact I'm going to lift that right up to the camera, can you see how that looks really actually 3D'd on there? That's because of the way that the ink is picking up. So when I press, and just press a little bit harder and you'll see it'll pick it all up on the detail. And I'm just going to do it in a 2 colour. What you could do though, if you wanted, is you could always do the leaves in like a greeny shade, like we did when we did the peony earlier. You could do the leaves in a greeny shade. You could do the actual lilies in the pink, and then you could do this lovely background piece here in another colour again. And I think that would look really good too. So all I'm doing is picking up that background all over. There's a bit that I missed over there. Yep. And then if you want to just give it a lovely finish around the edge, what I do is you can come back in with your crushed velvet. And have I got, yes, I've got a crushed velvet one of these, right? I'm going to just, again, just take off the excess and then just give it a little bit of depth around the outside. And I'm just kind of smooths everything off. Little bit of it, even though we use that for the letterpress technique, it just smooths off around that edge there. And then a little bit more of my pink on. How easy and quick was this one? So remember this again, this 3D folder is in your set. So the 3D folder is, you get the stamp set that I use very first thing. In fact, you know what, I'll get all the details up on the screen. I'll show you everything again that was in it, because this set is fantastic. There you go. There's the 2 sets of collage stamps that I was using. I've also put a stencil in there. Now, I didn't get time to work up a whole stencil demo, but basically stencil and something else that I think is brilliant for you to do using these sets. So I did put one of the stencils in there. Do you know what? We might get a chance for another stencil demo at another date. Those collage stamps that we've been talking about, the 3D folder, the silhouette stamps so that you can try that silhouette technique I showed you very, very first of all, and then also the folder and the stencil. So there's our background. So we've done a little bit more depth around the outside. What would really make that whole thing come to life, I've got some in the background here, is a bit of gilding wax. Right, because it's a 3D folder and my fingers are already inked up to the edge here, right? All I'm going to do, a little bit of gilding wax. So a tiny bit on my finger, take off the excess, Now we have got a 25% saving on the gilding wax because I did ask for them to put it on my show. So there you go. It should be $11.99 or $16.99 in dollars. And we've got that on 25% saving. Talking about 25% savings, that glass mat has been ridiculously crazy. That is also on a 25% saving. And the brushes that I've been using, they're available on the show on a 25% saving. So basically all the essentials that you need that I've been using for this show, we've put on like a 25% saving, except the blending tools. These, we've got a bundle of these on, which is the blending tools with the extra refills, and those are on a 30% saving. Pop those on the bottom of the screen as well there for you so you can see all of them. So what I would say is while you're getting all your ink pads and whatnot, make sure you get all the tools and accessories and stuff that you need as well, right? So I'm going to just get a little bit more down here without overdoing it. There we go. That has just really finished that off. Absolutely beautiful. It needed that gilding wax to give it that bit of a lift. Do you know what I'll do? I'll try and get it on the close-up. I'll put it in my own. Let's have. Oh yeah, you're going to need it on here. Look at that with the gilding wax on there. It just really brings it to life, doesn't it? And then also with that depth around the outside from the additional shading, and the pink and the purple together just look lovely. And again, all I'm going to do with that one is I've got that. I did have a piece of black. Let's have a look. Have I got me? No, I've lost my piece of black. Look, I got all my stuff ready. Lost my piece of black. I've got some black under here though. Let's have it. If we're going to do it, we're going to do it right because this is the last one that we're going to send out to people. So I'm hoping Joe's over there and picked me winners. Let's have a look. So this is 2 little notches after the 4.5 by 6.25. So let's go one more. So it was 4.5. Let's go one more along. Oh, do you know what we'll do? Do it this way, and then you know you get it exact, right? I'm going to stick this down. This is the Sara schooling of how to get perfect mats and layers, right? We're going to stick you down there. You can tell I'm concentrating. Can't you? Gone quiet, right? And then if I bring this in here, I can just eyeball it by eye. Get that cut down perfect. There we go. How many times have you done a mat and layer like this so and it's not perfect, and then you go and trim a bit more of it and do it more of it, and then all of a sudden it's a disaster? We've all done it. We've all done it, right? So you are going to layer up on top of here. Should we have it a bit 3D'd? Before I stick it on, I've done a nice stamp sentiment to go on here. So I'm going to stick this down flat. Where's my other dotty tape pen? I'll stick this one down flat. And then I'll 3D, just because we've got that 3D glue gel on Craft Vault. It would be such a shame for you not to be able to see it using, all right? So stick all of that down there. And then I'm just, oh, you stick down there, right? And then this is going to go onto the front of the card. Oh, that's not me, that's me dotty tape pen. And then I'll use my flat tape pen for my matting and layering. And this is my last card we're going to get done, but how quick and easy was this one? And you know, I'm going to look forward. I'm going to keep tabs on you all. So I want to come back and I want to see what people have made using the techniques we learned on this morning's show. Early morning for those of you that are still watching over in California. I'm going to give everyone a couple of days. It's like setting some homework now. So you can all do a bit of homework, and then I want to see what everybody's been making using those 5 new techniques that we've covered on the show today. How awesome are they? I just think they look absolutely fantastic. I'm going to leave them in here so that Leanne can see them and marvel at what a fabulous student I've been at learning all of this amazing stuff from her. Let's have a look. You can go up there on me little stand. There you go. It's beautiful, right? So we've got that one. Should I get them all back up? We've got that one. We've got our mermaid that we did, right? Oh, it's going to be a record giveaway, this, isn't it? We've got, the stamping one that we did. I did love that one. That was a fantastic. Then let's have a look. We'll put a little stand up here on these, right? And then we've got, what else did we do? Where have I put it? Oh, yes. It feels like an eternity ago now that we did this technique with the inking. And then I've also got the one that very first one that we started with. Doesn't she look lovely? You can have a look at her over there. She looks great. So that was our first one. This one here was the second one that we did. Obviously, you can go back and watch all of these back. In fact, those of you who are ordering the ink pads, we're going to leave this show on the website so that you can come back and watch through any of the techniques that we've taught you at any point. So you don't need to worry, you can get this home and then come back and watch and learn how to do all of this. And that is a fantastic set of beautiful cards. So Jo, are you going to announce our winners and who these are going to?
I've picked 5. So it is Donna Mihal, Jeffrey Langley, Julie Jones, Jan Robbins and Julie Thomas. All the J's there. 4 J's out, 4 out of 5 J's.
Wow.
You all need to email prizes at crafterscompanion.com to claim your card. So once more, Donna Mahal, Julie Jones, Julie Thomas, Jeffrey Langley and Jan Robbins are the winners. So do email in to claim those. Massive thanks to Sara. Are you going to get yourself ready for the one show a little bit later?
Yes, so remember I'm on the one show tonight. So if you're in the UK and you're watching, make sure you tune in for the one show tonight. Leanne's going to be coming up here doing Monday Makers with you, Jo, from 4 till 6 tonight. Fantastic show lined up, even if she couldn't remember herself. Trust me, it's going to be great. And then tomorrow morning, Jo and I have a brand new show. So usually John Scott is in with us on a Tuesday morning, and unfortunately John's not able to travel up and do the shows. So I've got John going to be joining me. He's going to, by the medium of video link, he's going to come and do a little bit of a segment in here. And I've got a fantastic show. In fact, it's not just me. It's me and Jo are both going to be doing so. I've got some embroidery. You've got some crochet. We're going to go throw off live to Lizzie. She's going to throw some stuff. We've got all sorts going on. So trust me, tomorrow morning, 11 o'clock, it's going to be an absolute cracker.
It really is going to be a lot of fun. Massive thanks to Sara. I look forward to tomorrow. I'll be even here doing a little bit of crochet with you as well. So there is loads to shop for. But now we venture, of course, into the craft vault. And the craft vault has come around by me sort of lurking around in the building, hassling people on your behalf to get you some amazing deals. And that's what we do. It's all about great deals. Sometimes it will be clearance. Sometimes it will be core product that we discount like we do today. But of course, the savings are so big here on stuff that doesn't normally get discounted that you do need to grab it whilst we have it. On the last one, on Friday, I think it was, sell out after sell out after sell out. So much of it went. Now, we're going to go to the stamping card because a lot of you have gone for this really comprehensive bundle of ink pads, so you're going to want something to work on. Half the stock has gone already. And guys, I can't stress, so many more of you watch these shows back after than you do live. So if you are watching us back at a later date, please check the stock on the website for this. So the stamping card, you'd pay $9.99 just for the stamping card. 20 sheets, and it would be great value for money. Compared to the high street, that's phenomenal value. However, this is the craft vault. So today, you get the, did I call that stamping card? That's watercolour card. Come on, Jo, what am I like? This one is the white stamping card. Now, I know we call it stamping card. It is kind of like a really versatile weight of cardstock. You can do so much with this. Great for construction. So if you're thinking about going for those double-sided box dies in the shows tonight, then this would be a great card to have. That would normally be $9.99. That would normally be $9.99. However, today you're going to get both of those. Very, very busy on that, as we knew it would be. Let's go to the all-purpose glue. Now, it kind of does what it says on the tin. It is an all-purpose glue. It is from Collao, though. And I've heard Sara describe this on many occasions as the best glue in the world. It is phenomenal stuff. So many of you rave about it. We sell thousands, tens of thousands of pots of this at the full price at $2.99. However, today you're going to get this one and you're going to get another one completely free of charge because it is in the craft vault. $2.99 gets you 2, $7.95 also gets you 2 of those. Fabulous value for money there. Very busy on that one, I'm hearing. Also, the 3D glue gel. You saw Sara using this in the show. Again, it's always so popular on our website. $5.49 normally for one of these, or $9.95 for one of these. However, today you're going to get 2, which is brilliant. So $5.49 gets you 2 tubes of that Collao 3D glue gel. Great for creating depth on things like mats and layers, and it really does. It obviously glues or dries firm, I should say, so it dries hard, almost like a resin. It really is fantastic. $5.49, $9.95. Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you, and Leanne will string me up if she hears me say this, that I just thought tape pens were tape pens before I came to work here at Crafters Companion. I thought the ones that you saw, out on the high street that a couple of quid, I thought they were exactly the same as the ones that we sell that are $3.99, and they're not. The difference is that our tape pens are extra strong, and so strong that jobs where you'd normally use red liner tape for them because you want that real strength, our tape pens will do that for you. Also, each tape pen has 22 meters of adhesive on here, and that is so much more than you'd expect out there on the high street. $3.99, $5.95 is what they always are. Fantastic value for that. However, it's a craft fault. We want to do something special for you. It means they're £2 each. They are the price that you pay for those inferior ones out on the high street, but you get 2 Crafters Companion tape pens for $3.99 or $5.95 is your price there. I just need to grab my iPad. I want to see what people are saying. What are you going for in the craft vault today? Lots of you getting stocked up on those tape pens, I can hear. So where are we going next, Johnny? Centura Pearl. Now this, if you're thinking you want to treat yourself to a little bit of a crafty treat today, but you're on a budget, £2.99. Not going to bring you many items for that kind of price. Now, Centura Pearl is always so popular. It's such a luxurious cardstock, and it is our pearl cardstock. I need you to just see, look at that. Look at the shine on there. I mean, it is so beautiful. It is a wonderful pearl cardstock. So this one is the old gold that you're getting. It adds so much luster. If you are matting and layering, of course, gut this out if you're going to mat and layer with it. Don't mat and layer and then leave it all sort of covered up because it is too gorgeous for that. But you only need a little bit of that to create something special. Now, $2.99 is what it would normally be for 10 sheets of the old gold, and that is a pretty good deal. However, today, that's not what you're getting because you're also getting the cherry included as well. And whilst the cherry is a bit more muted, look how it still has. Can you see all that shine that you've got on there? I mean, it is just so much luster within there. You can score this as well. It doesn't crack if you want to score it. It's a really good weight of cardstock as well. Let me just check the GSM. 310 GSM. So again, really versatile weight of cardstock for you to use. You get both. So you buy one, you get one free. That means you get 20 sheets in total. That means you're paying 15 pence a sheet for Centura Pearl. That is unheard of value today in the craft vault. $2.99, $4.49 if you are in the US. Embossing folders. Let me just show you these. So you're going to get 2 embossing folders, $6.99. Now normally the Venetian lace would be $6.99. I want to bring that in. I want you to see just how gorgeous all that wonderful detail is within there. Great if you're going for the gilding waxes. We've got a special offer on the show today for the gilding waxes as well. Wonderful for borders, great for scrapbooking. Wonderful, of course, for the focal points of your cards as well. $6.99 is normally what you pay for the Venetian lace. It's a very popular embossing folder. However, this is the craft vault, so we need to do more. We need to go further. We're also going to include for you another 3D embossing folder, which is Poppy Seed Head. Now let me bring this in and show you all of that detail that you're going to get in there, which is fantastic. It's like you're not paying for this. It's actually worth $7.99. You're getting it completely free of charge, which is our favourite price, free, let's face it. $6.99 gets you both of those. They are very busy. Now, the double-sided dies, the Dahlia and the Sprigs, these are fairly new, so I was very shocked to see these in the craft vault. Let me just show you firstly what you're going to make. Now, double-sided dies, if you're not familiar with them, patented technologies to us here at Crafters Companion. They are a real one-pass wonder because in one pass, you're cutting twice as much as you would if you are using a regular single-sided die. So there's what you're going to be able to make with these. Let me just bring the boards in just to show you what you're getting. Now they should be $19.99 each, however today $19.99 gets you 2 of these. So this one here is your dahlia, as you can see, and it cuts all these layers and then they all go together to create that, which is fantastic. So you're going to get that one, but then you're also going to get as well the sprigs and blooms too. So you can see you layer these up to these really beautiful sort of flourishes, I guess is what they would be called. They're great for these. You can rearrange these as well and turn them into something like a frame very easily as well if you wanted to. They're just great for adding a little bit of depth. Wonderful. No reason you couldn't cut those with some flower forming foam as well. You will need the double-sided plates for your Gemini if you are going to cut those. I almost forgot. How could I forget about the background layering stamps? Now these are great. I love the layering stamps. Let me just show you what you're going to be able to make with these first, the sort of things you're going to be able to create. You've got 2 options here, spring display and fruit of the vine. So let's just bring in first. This one is spring display. Can you see this detail in the back there? It almost, look, there's so much detail in these. I think they look like a printed paper, but they're not. That is a stamped image that you've got within there. And then also, that one is fruit of the vine. Then this one is spring display. Look at all that gorgeous, gorgeous colour that you've got within there. Now, these are really clever because it's like you're getting sort of, I think it's like you're getting sort of 6 different stamp collections together, because if we look at the back of the packaging, it shows you there all the different options. So depending on how you stamp them out, depends what you get. But even that, saying that, you can use the stamp collections as they are as well, as in individually on there if you want to. So that one is a spring display. This one is the fruit of the vine. As you can see here. Wonderful, these for making your own gift wrap. Stamp these out onto brown paper, they look stunning. Maybe you want to make your own gift tags using these. Imagine stamping that onto bottle bags to give things like wine and sparkling wine in. Another great way of using them. $12.99 each. They're always very, very busy when we bring them to you individually. However, today $12.99 gets you both of those. Now, don't forget, a lot of you ask, where can you find these deals? These deals are within the Sara special show that you've just watched. So go to there. That is where you'll find all of the craft vault items. Do remember though that they won't hang around, because these kind of prices and the watercolor card and the stamping card, they are 50%, actually, sorry, 60% now of the stock has gone. Doesn't take into account everyone that is in the ordering process at the moment too. Of all of these items, they will definitely be the first ones to go. It has been an absolute pleasure and a joy being here, firstly with Sara, and then joining you again in the craft vault. I think if I'm well behaved, they might let me do this again on Wednesday. So let's just hope we can keep this going for as long as possible. This isn't the end of your day here on Crafts TV. Of course, you have got Monday Makers coming out with myself and the lovely Leanne Chivers. That will be here at 4 p.m. if you are in the UK, which is 11 a.m. if you are on the East Coast. And there are shows. It's a jam-packed week for you all week. 2 shows a day, apart from Friday, where we'll be bringing you 1 show here on Friday. So whatever you're doing today, I hope you have a fabulous day, and I'm going to go and grab some lunch, and I'll see you back here in a few hours. Take care.